You are listening to a Reverie original podcast. Please download the Reverie app to get the best in queer film, TV series, music, and podcasts. Stream out loud. Hello. Welcome to Podcast of Color, where 4 trash bags of color come together to make some sense of this world.
I just realized that if you say it slowly like that, where you said 4 trash bags come together to make sense of the world, I'm disgusted.
Oh my god.
We need to change our intro.
Yeah, we can't come together. That's weird.
Can we move forward, please? Thank you. From the saved contingent.
Okay, so you're a Trump voter, is what you're saying.
Okay, that's a leap, but go off.
My name is.
Do you
John.
not deny? Do you deny Lord Baelish?
Wait, what?
I said, do you deny it, Lord Baelish?
What is that from? That sounds familiar.
Game of Thrones, girl.
Oh, yes. Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
girl. It's been a minute. That show's been up for like a year.
We're not even going to be alive for it to come back.
Right? They just finished. Oh, wait. We can talk about that later. Sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm John. Who are you? Who are you all?
I'm Amelia Thermopolis's hair before they did the makeover in Princess Diaries. The curl pattern.
Wow. And I'm Hermione Granger, the voguing witch.
Oh, yes.
She slapped. Like, she went. Have you seen the new video of her?
Mm-hmm. At London Pride.
Oh, everything. What a woman.
A woman.
And I,
sorry.
I'm John, and I have my breathing machine now.
Yes.
Oh, I love your Steve McQueen mask. It looks so good, John.
Thank you.
I know, very couture.
You guys, once I get continuous oxygen to my brain, it's over. It's over for you.
It looks kind of like a clear tube that you connect to your fleet, where it runs the water.
Ew! And then like one person's centipede, it just goes back to your mouth.
Darling.
Okay. Anyways, what's the question of color this week?
The question of color this week is... Actually, I'm going to let Bae say it, because otherwise I sound like a weeb.
But you already do. It's too late.
Your mama. What's the question?
Okay. So this question of color actually came from the weeb, or the bleeb. The bleeboo. In all of anime, which character do you identify with the most?
Oh, identify.
Or which one represents you? Whatever you feel.
I mean, I just did this test the other day, and I tested for. My results came back for Sailor Moon or Serena. So
you are Usagi. Oh my god!
I am. I love to eat.
Wow.
And I like boys and outfits. I'm just that girl, you know.
All she did was talk about dick and twirl. That is John.
And how much she likes to sleep. I mean,
tea.
Oh, tea. We love tea. Facts are facts, America.
And she puts on her combat every day to fight evil. Like, that's me.
No, I could see that. That's actually really accurate now that I'm thinking about it. Wow. Okay, Baze, what about you?
I'm thinking mine's is going to be less accurate, but I identify with, and the person I want to be in life is Sasuke Kiryuin from Kill la Kill. Damn.
Is that shit?
Sorry. No, I was I was laughing, but I was also coughing.
Oh.
You mean what's Satsuki?
Is it Satsuki?
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce it? Bitch, not all of us watch anime day in and day out and think that we know the culture because we've heard them speaking in anime and Japanese in anime. Out here thinking she knows the language.
Oh, I'm over here talking about a pronunciation of a name. So put some respect on their culture. Niggle.
Okay.
Why
that's who I identify with.
Why?
So, huh?
Why?
She's a bad bitch and I am too, so bad bitches link up.
Okay.
Okay.
There's really no other. Like, I really am nothing like her because she like has it together. She's very quiet and calculating. I'm very loud and boisterous. She will fuck your shit up. I will fuck your shit up too, though. She was always ready to fight on sight, and but she was patient. So I'm not really that patient. Really, the only thing we're both good at is just being ready at all times.
What I would tell Baze is a disgrace, and someone told Baze, apparently Baze was like, that anime character was made for a beautiful woman. And I think that someone lied to him several times, and he should have never said that anime character's name. And in fact, I think he's unqualified to wear that name. I think that I'm kidding.
Honestly and truly, I'm probably more. Is it Ryuko? Ryuko. I'm probably more Ryuko, but it's okay.
No, I mean, I feel like you're amalgamation of like a lot of those characters. Because they were really ready to like all of them fought on site, like no words.
but Ryuko was like the one that was ready at all times and was like doing it before she should have, and like wasn't thinking about the consequences. I'm probably more her, but I don't know. I just want to be. Is it? How did you say her name was?
Satsuki.
Yeah, I just want to be more Satsuki. Minus the whatever incestuous thing that was going on with her and her mother.
Yeah.
Grabbing her titty and stuff. That still weirded me out. I was mad because I was standing her mom. I was like, oh, yes. When she came out with the sparkles and was like doing all this other shit and had these wigs. I don't know if it was a wig, but I just was living for her. And then she grabbed her daughter's titty while they were naked in the steam room. And I was just like, oh, okay.
I love when you watch anime because you live tweet it. And I remember you tweeting, yeah, we stan Ragyo, and then you're like, oh, she's grabbing her daughter's titty. We've decided to unstan.
Yeah, because I really that anime was really interesting to me because I didn't like it at first because it starts off so silly and then it becomes very serious towards the end. And I think I like more serious anime. Like I feel like when it's like too jokey, I just get really bored.
No, I get it. I like more serious stuff too. There's a show on Netflix called Be the Beginning. I think you'll really like that. It's like a mystery show.
Wait, Rakim, who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think that I would be a mix of two people. I think I would be like the people I kind of relate to, and I think personality wise, I think I'm a mix between Naruto and Lelouch from Code Geass. Like, I think if those two had like a baby, that would be me.
Really? I don't see Lelouch. Or however you say his name.
He said, you're dumb. So
I'm just, in what way? I just want to know, like, why?
Well, because I think that Naruto is very, like, hard work. I think they're both, like, really hardworking people, and they go for what they want. And I think they're both very driven. Also, Lelouch has, like, a younger sister, and, like Code Geass to me is all about racism, and he was trying to, like, he was trying to decolonize like Area 11 or Japan. And just the way he was kind of going about doing it just reminds me of how I have to operate at work all the time.
See that then.
And making like all these moves. Like to me, Lelouch is very much like how POC kind of like navigate these like power structures in order to like take it down. And then Naruto, because I think personality wasn't very similar to him. Like he's very like loud and always saying he wants to be something and like is always working and like doesn't really get emotions and like whatever. So and helplessly always wants people that never want him back. So I thought that was me.
So wait, our fourth trash bag Renee is not on the intro today, but
whoops, we forgot.
He's coming.
Yeah, he'll be on the next segment, but let's pick for him.
Late.
What do you guys?
I know who Renee would be.
Who is he?
Renee is okay. So, Baze, you remember Code Geass? Do you remember Colin?
Which one is Colin?
Colin is the red haired pilot that piloted the Gurren with like the radiation arm. The girl with like the red hair almost.
Oh, he's the girl. That's
yes.
Oh, I could see that.
That is him. She is like, Japan till I die, nigga. Wakanda forever. I will kill every one of you Britannians, and I don't care.
Yes. Oh my god. And she, yes. And she would. Oh yes.
And she
was always talking about like capitalism. Yes. She was a socialist.
She really was, and she was like the best pilot, and like, she was called like their ace in the hole. Like she popped off. Like she fought Suzaku sorry, go ahead. I was just saying she fought Suzaku on sight. Like every time, if she saw the Lancelot, she was like, "Game on, where's my arm, nigga?" Like he's getting radiated today.
Wait,
this is true. If a revolution ever happens, I want Renee on my side.
Absolutely.
Did you guys ever watch Mega Man the anime?
Are you Roll?
What?
Were you gonna say your Roll?
Oh no, I was gonna say Renee was Rush, the dog.
Why is he Rush the dog?
Because he's in San Francisco now. He's into that pup stuff.
Okay, so this was a great intro segment.
And the dog's name is Rush. You know, like Pop. Okay, anyway.
Oh, see Christ. How about that? If you call on him, he will come.
Call him.
Exactly. Because, well, God is good.
All the time.
And all the time.
Okay. Occasionally. I would say occasionally. One time my mom popped me for that.
That's the
God is good. I was like, occasionally.
That's the title of the episode. God is good. ... Occasionally.
Oh my God, no.
God is good when? Occasionally.
I guess.
Stop it.
Wait, God is good when? I guess.
Oh my God, you guys. Sacrilegious.
Ooh, child, the ghetto.
Chile.
Chile. All right. Okay, we're moving on. Next segment.
Okay.
Hello. And welcome back. We're here with Minutes of Color. Shoot, where shall we start? Well, apparently Lee Daniels is doing a new film, about the life of Ruby Bridges, starring Scarlett Johansson.
Stop it.
What?
Coming to a theater near you.
You're so stupid.
Johansson.
But look, for a quick second, I believed you.
I did. I believed him too. I was like, what?
Like,
I was trying not to crack up before I even said it. I was like dying before I even opened my mouth. But is it not realistic? Like, could you not see Lee Daniels and Scarlett Johansson doing that?
You said Ruby Bridges.
Like Scarlett was like, "What's the problem? It's acting."
Yeah.
If you have a problem,
ask Jeffrey Tambor.
That's horrible. What an idiot. Honestly. Jesus
so
Christ.
Scarlett Johansson. Oh, let me back up. I'm like, whew, this is loud. I can see it turning red. The mic is turning red. Okay. So Scarlett Johansson didn't get enough of the backlash from Ghost in the Shell. She's starring in a movie called Rub and Tug, and it's about Dante Tex Gill, who was a real life trans guy who was a massage parlor owner in the 70s in Pittsburgh. And so, yeah, of course,
nice.
You know, when you think of a trans guy running a massage parlor in Pittsburgh in the 1970s, of course, my first thought was
Black Widow.
Johansson.
Call her ass.
Yes, I was like, what's the redhead from the Marvel movies?
Make sure she has the red hair. We don't want that Infinity War look. Book her.
Oh my God.
Trash.
Speaking of Infinity War, did you see that meme where she's
Chile.
like collecting minority roles?
Right.
No.
Yeah. It was like she got
I
the
saw
ring
that.
for playing an Asian. She got the stone for playing a trans person, and she's like, I gotta collect all the roles.
Oh no, she is coming for that Ruby Bridges Oscar.
She is, or the Harriet Tubman.
Not Harriet Tubman.
Because all my life I had to fight. Ain't I a woman?
Oh my God. I kind of want to see her do that. Just to see what she
And
does.
yes, I did know that first quote was from The Color Purple. It wasn't. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just know somebody's gonna be like, "Well, that wasn't from Harriet Tubman."
Imagine like Scarlett Johansson presents Roots.
And she's playing everybody?
She's playing everybody. Scarlett Kente, Skizzy.
Give her the Oscar.
I'm dead. And then Scarlett Johansson wins, and she's like, "I'm so happy that I'm the first black woman to win an Oscar."
Oh my god!
Oh my god! And then she goes, to Coachella, and she's like, "Coachella, thank you for letting me, Scarlett Johansson, to be the first black woman to perform at Coachella."
She's the first black trans
biopic.
woman.
And she's like, "Ain't
Beyonce's biopic stars Scarlett Johansson.
Scarchella.
Scarlett Jochella. Ooh, I'm trash. Oh man.
But yeah, horrible,
Chile.
horrible, absolutely horrible. Predictable. I just feel like with her politics,
Predictable,
like,
boring, already been done.
Exactly.
Hey, tell me what.
Unsurprising.
Not groundbreaking.
Not
Cementing the ground. Yeah, it's just like with her politics and shit. Like this is I think within her realm, and it's pretty. It's just pretty predictable for her, and it's so sad. And especially when like, have y'all caught up on Pose perchance?
I still have not.
Well, okay,
Sorry.
so it's just
I know
like
they were so bad. We need to be supporting that show.
it's an amazing show. Literally, like legit, I've cried pretty much every episode. It's an amazing show. And it's just great to see trans folks of color playing trans folks of color, and just kind of like how historical that is. And I think Janet Mock just directed the first episode, and I think she said that
was the most recent episode that was released, was the one she directed. Her first directing job.
Right. And I think she said it's the first time that a trans woman was given the job of a director during or for a major network. So yeah, it's just like,
ain't that about a bitch?
And it's just like, just everything about that show. It's just like, it's so genuine, and it's so like, it's just so inspiring, and it's just like, we have the fucking talent. The talent is there. Y'all are just not looking, and y'all aren't giving people chances. So it's just like, nobody wants to see Scarlett Johansson play a trans person. Nobody really wants to play.
Do you know
Scarlett
that she's
Johansson.
making a cameo on Pose?
Oh my god.
Wait, is she really?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, but okay, so that tweet that someone wrote that she read, where she was like, where, you know, when people read mean tweets or whatever?
Oh yes.
Yeah, where they like said that she had the acting range of
of a celery. I hate white people. That's what it says. Scarlett Johansson has the acting range of a celery. I hate white people.
And she goes, all of us? House is you.
But I mean, accurate. Like, you're not being hired for your acting. I'm sorry, Scarlett, but you're not being hired for your acting. Like,
real quick,
shake the table.
Huh?
So he's shaking the table.
Oh, but real quick, so she issued a statement on her casting. She said she directed everyone who has an issue with this. Tell them they can be directed to Jeffrey Tambor, Jared Leto, and Felicity Huffman's rep for comment.
right.
So I don't know if she listed Felicity Huffman, so I don't know if she's trying to do the whole, like, whenever white women get caught up in some shit, they're like, well, why don't you ever say this about men?
Right.
Or
which classic white feminism, by the way.
Yeah. Or I don't know what she's trying to do with that statement, especially since people like very vocally resented all of those actors.
Right.
What she's saying is that, all these other people have done it and been successful, and I don't see y'all complaining. But the thing is, people did complain, and she's just unaware. But even her saying that just means that she is aware that there's a problem. Like, by you saying, look at all these people, you know what you're doing, and you're not adding to the conversation. Like, it's acknowledging that there's a problem, but you're being complicit in it.
Right. And it's such a childish response. It's like, they got to do it. How come I can't get to do it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, grow the fuck up. It's really,
like
and it's just very tone deaf. Yeah, exactly.
And it's just like, also, it's just wild to me because you didn't get tired of getting dragged. Like, the internet dragged you for months for Ghost in the Shell. As soon as you were, from the point of you being announced to the time that the movie came out, I think this was years, actually.
Yeah.
You were dragged, and that movie did horribly.
Yeah.
Do you like failing?
Right.
Because we can do that. I think we can make the movie fail.
There really isn't a resolve the way that white people, like the white people's resolve when they're like, okay, what I'm doing is right and I don't care what anybody says. Like, there's really nothing to compare to that because they feel like because they're entitled to whatever. And so, like, whoever is saying something negative is just a hater. Or, like, who cares? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not something to be processed and not something to be listened to. And I don't know. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. My coworker, I actually got into it with my coworker about this because she was like, well, you know, what was she supposed to do? If she didn't take the role, someone else would have taken the role. And I was just like, the point is that she took the role of one.
Right.
I mean, yes, that's how that works. Point. But also... But also, she had options, and it's not like Scarlett Johansson is like, you know what I mean, like an up and coming ingenue or anything. Like this is like an established movie star who is in one of the biggest franchises in the world, maybe even the biggest. Well, I think Star Wars would have something to say about that, but you know, one of the biggest franchises in the world, one of the most recognizable names and faces, and she's still in a. You know, she's still considered, I don't know if she's considered that bankable on her own,
right?
But she has a name, and the whole reason, well, I mean, apparently Hollywood thinks so, which is why they put her in Ghost in the Shell. That was the whole argument was, you know, they couldn't put an Asian actor in there because there was no Asian actors that were known to the West and that on that level. So they needed to put her in there because she had the name recognition, which was supposed to guarantee a successful returns on that film.
And we all saw how that went.
Exactly. So it's just like, but if this is how Hollywood views her, then to me, it's just like, okay, well, sis, like you have options. So you can go and do any movie role, but instead you're choosing to take roles that should be going to people that are not you. Right. And it's at this point, it's like embarrassing. Cause like at least I know she still gets dragged for it. What's the girl who played the Asian person too? And she gets called Asian as well, jokingly.
Oh, Emma Stone.
Emma Stone. Yeah. So Emma Stone, I mean, I don't know, knock on wood. Just in case she do some fuck shit tomorrow, but you know, she still gets dragged for the one time she did something, and you know, since then I think she's been pretty smart about not going that route. But Scarlett just seems to want to tempt the fire, and I'm just like, girl, why? Like, this is your career, and like, yes, you are. Yes, she's a white woman, but she's also still a woman. So I'm just like, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say I wonder.
You're gonna interrupt me and then wait.
We're like, okay, go.
Sorry, my internet. I'm just wondering. I'm wondering what kind of roles that she's getting outside of, because she really isn't known for her acting.
Oh,
like no one really. So I'm wondering if like she's just so desperate for roles that like anything.
Yeah.
And like, not to say that.
Do you mean like she's not known as like a great actress? Because I feel like she's known as an actress.
She's sure, but like she's not bankable. Her last project by herself tanked.
Well,
no one really looks at Scarlett Johansson's acting and is like, wow, like you're very convincing. Like, wow, this scene was like touched me. Like, you're not known for that. Do you know what I'm saying? She's known for playing. What was
being hot?
Right. That's what she's known for. And like, maybe work on your craft. Maybe work on your craft if that's all you're known for. And like, and then maybe you can be offered roles that aren't taking chances away from people that can actually play those. So
I'm just looking forward to Black Widow failing now because I've been waiting for I've been wanting a Black Widow spinoff for a while, but I got over that a couple years ago, and now that they're giving it to us, I'm just like, I hope it fails.
It was never interesting to me at all whatsoever. The only thing I know about Black Widow is that gif of the woman saying "move or I will make you move." Like that's the only thing that I know about Black Widow, and there's nothing about that franchise or character has really called to my attention, honestly.
I think I think an assassin, like her. I think her backstory is actually super interesting, and I think if they went like the way of like Logan, where like they did something that kind of felt like it was just completely different, like it kind of could have been like its own standalone thing. Yeah. I think they could have done it in a very interesting way. But with Scarlett being her, I just don't have any interest anymore.
Yeah.
That makes me sad too, because actually Black Widow is like one of my favorite MCU characters, and
yeah,
like,
she's an amazing character.
Yeah, I love her as a character, and it's just kind of like, ugh, like. But you know, maybe what they might do if she causes too much controversy, because I feel like they're gonna reboot the whole system, so I feel like actors might be getting replaced and stuff like that. So I don't know, but
I can see if that movie bombs, like I'm sure this movie will be as much of a fuck up as Ghost in the Shell.
Like, bitch, imagine like Shuri being Black Widow. Hire me, Marvel, a concept.
That would never happen in a million years.
Wow, look at the haters.
Wait, Shuri as... Oh, wait, you said a Shuri film? Or... No, sorry, never mind. I think I misheard what you were saying.
No, I thought you were saying that'll never happen to me saying, hire me, Marvel.
Oh, like, no, sorry.
Like, you're so... Wait, look at my friend.
I thought you were saying that the actress who plays Shuri should play Black Widow.
Oh, I said that she should, but I know that's not going to happen. I'm just saying imagine.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Got it.
Who would you cast as Black Widow? If you
That was our question of color. Who would you cast?
That really should have been our question of color, but it's fine. No, it's fine. You recast Scarlett Johansson. Who should take that role?
Angela Bassett.
That's our next question of color.
She's already Black Panther's mom. She's already in the MCU. Who's not in the MCU that you think could be better?
Tinashe.
Oh God. Well, we're gonna be talking about Tinashe later on, but
Tinashe would be great as Black Widow.
Since you invoked the name,
Sierra
invoked.
Can we get an actor?
Did you say Sierra?
Yeah.
Can we get an actor, please? Because so many people are already in the MCU. So
Amanda Steinberg. I don't know.
You just okay. Who would y'all pick, John, Renee?
Who would I pick? Constance Wu.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh.
I don't know how she would do in action because I've never seen her. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen her in anything action-y. But
you act like Scarlett Johansson does all that action. She has a stunt double.
That's true.
Who would you pick, John?
I can't think of her name, but she's the younger girl from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh yes!
Oh, wait, the one that played Memoirs of a Geisha?
The one who like kicks everyone's ass.
Yeah.
The one who played in Memoirs of a Geisha.
She was in the Geisha.
Memoirs of a Geisha.
God, what is her name? I'm blanking out right now. But
I think it's.
I think she needs to make a comeback. It's been like way too long for her since she's been in a movie. Like, someone put her in a movie again.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Maybe even India Moore. Do y'all know who that is from Pose?
Is that the Instagram model?
Oh, bitch.
Right?
Yes.
Right?
Oh, bitch.
That'd be great.
She would make a great...
Right?
Oh, my God.
Right?
I was also thinking, not Gina Rodriguez. What's her fucking name from Suits?
That is Gina Rodriguez.
Is that Gina Rodriguez? Okay, I was like, no. That's not Gina Rodriguez. Wait, what's the woman's name who plays in Jane the Virgin?
Wait, is
Gina
that Gina Rodriguez? They're both named Gina. Gina Torres, maybe?
Gina. That's Gina Torres.
Okay, that's why.
Okay, whichever one is in Suits.
Oh, makes SZA Black Widow, John.
Her? And she's super tall, too.
Oh, if it's the one that was Suits, she was an Alias, too, and she's really good in action. I can see that, too.
So good. Oh my! She was in Cleopatra 29 or something like that. 25. Do you guys remember that show? When I was a kid, I didn't have cable, so I used to watch shit like Cleopatra 25, and like Beastmaster. You guys remember Beastmaster?
Chile.
Beastmaster.
Chile.
Do you guys remember Beastmaster?
Yeah, he was
Chile
hot.
Gelato.
Beastmaster
He was
hot.
not that hot to me. I always thought his stomach looked weird. Like, it was like really sunken in, which I guess like it looked like, I don't know. Never mind.
That is her. I didn't even know that was her.
Who?
Gina Torres?
Okay, so it is Gina Torres.
That is Gina Torres, yeah. That's crazy.
John,
I feel like Gina Torres would be an amazing Black Widow. Like, amazing.
When
Yeah,
John
I
was
guess
singing SZA, I was thinking of SZA being like Black Widow, and she'd just like sing Thanos to be like,
skirt.
ski skirt on Thanos, skirt on Thanos,
So
Infinity
dumb.
Gauntlet. I don't know.
So, anyways, MCU.
You became a Jamaican.
What?
You just became Jamaican. I don't know,
No,
it was really
that
weird.
is not what I had said.
You're like, I like that.
When Thanos snaps
So
his
dumb.
fingers, instead of the snap, it just goes "Balang de," and then everyone
I
just
like that. Do a Jamaican accent.
do it.
I like that. Sorry, there's this video of the girls from Little Mix.
Yeah.
And one of them, I don't know any of their names, but one of the white ones, which I guess is most all of the ones that
Well,
that's
I
not
think
black.
she's half Jamaican.
No.
I think she is.
There's no way.
I think she is.
No, so
Because she was on this post. She was on this post that somebody reblogged her, and somebody said, "Latina, stay winning."
No, I know what you're
And she
talking
reblogged it,
about.
and
That's
she's
a
like,
meme.
I'm Jamaican.
That's a meme. That's a meme. That's a meme because
Okay.
there's like a bunch of people that are like people keep posting pictures of women
Oh,
that are like not Latinas, and they're like like Latinas stay winning, and then like the woman responds and she's like, well, first of all, I'm actually this,
Right.
And so then somebody who like was not her, it was like just had her
Oh.
picture in their header, was just like, first of all, I'm Jamaican, and then somebody responded, it was like, but I did, and she was like, our language is so beautiful.
I'm so mad. I'm really mad at that meme right now. Oh my god.
But to explain
Somebody
to our
reblogged
listeners,
Lil Uzi and that little blouse, and they're like, Latina, stay winning, and put heart eyes emojis. I was like, y'all, please stop this. Please. Please stop
to
it.
explain to the listeners who have not seen it, there's a video of the girls from Little Mix, and they asked one of the girls to keep doing different accents, and there's a point where they ask her to do a Jamaican accent, and she hesitates, and she's like, oh, and she's like thinking about it, like she's trying to like figure out where she's gonna attack it at, and she's like, and then she's like, oh, I like that, and it
Just out of nowhere.
and it became, I think it was on Vine. I think that's how it like really like popped off. But
The funniest part to me is like how hard she was thinking about it. Like
she was. I mean, I would have been thinking about it too.
like sis
And
was
that's what came
stressed.
out. Like, she's like, this is what'll kill it. This is the one. But like this.
Yeah, I'm about to change the game with this one.
But yeah, so back to Black Widow. I think Gina Rodriguez. Now that's if we're going with a non-white. If we're going with a white, because isn't she supposed to be Russian?
Yeah, she's the Russian.
Like a white Russian. Oh wait, what if she's like Russian but like Asian? Because there's a lot of Russians that are Asian actually. What if she? Oh, what's the chick that was in Fast and Furious?
Girl,
Devin
you're asking
Aoki?
gay people. Oh,
Devin Aoki.
Yes.
What if they
Devin
cast
Aoki.
Devin Aoki?
Oh, she's so cute. And she's so sweet in person, too. I love her.
Oh, you met her?
Yeah, she used to come to my work. But yeah, she's super sweet.
Oh. Anyway, we've been talking about this.
Bjork.
for a
Yeah.
while. You know.
But basically, MCU recast Black Widow. Okay.
honestly, I think Azalea Banks would make a great Black Widow.
Stop. Look what you did.
you need to stop.
Look
you
what
need to
you
stop
made
teasing
me
him.
do.
Listen.
Look what you made me
Listen.
do. Look what you made me do. Okay, I'm just dead because you know how Renee put this in here? I know it was Renee. Renowned Zionist Charlotte Johansson to play a trans man. Charlotte Joe.
Oh man,
I know
Charlotte
Johansson.
Johansson.
She's my favorite.
Well,
She's on my
this is
top
the longest
stand-ups.
anyone has talked about Scarlett Johansson in like the last 5 years.
Ugh.
You're welcome
Yes,
for the promo,
true.
sis. You can
T.
mail the check to Reverie.
Yeah, Renee, you should do stand up. But anyway, moving right along. So I just saw the bed video for Ariana Grande and Nicki Minaj. It was really interesting. Ooh, Chile. Ooh, Chile.
Gelato.
Yeah, so the video is like really interesting. Nikki's like on the beach with like a mermaid tail. And she has like rainbow hair, and she's like, then she's in a pool, and she's like, you know, she's doing her little thing, and then she's like in a different outfit, and she's on the beach, and she's like got her ass sticking up in the air while she's like, drowning in the water. Yeah, and then the video, and then like randomly, I don't know. I was like, "Where's Ariana?" Like, I was like, "Is she part of this?" Like, I know I hear her voice, and she comes like, I want to say like 2/3 of the way through the video, and you know, she swings her ponytail. It looks like she got a yaki. You know, like those yaki ponytails. That a lot
Not
of
yaki.
That's what it looks like. That's
Yaki?
what it kind of looks like. It looks like a crimped yaki ponytail. But
Yikes.
So I usually don't like that, but I was like, I know she's light skinned and white passing, so I was like, it's okay. Yeah, and then the video just kind of like ends with them. There's two guys. There's a white guy who I don't recognize, and then there's OBJ, Odell Beckham
Who's
Jr.
OBJ? Oh,
Odell Beckham Jr., the one with the blonde hair,
Yeah.
the football player.
Mm-hmm.
And they're both like laying on beds. And then they're both laying on beds, and then like Nikki, and I guess she has her legs now. She's not a mermaid anymore, and her and Ariana like run to the beds, and like Ariana gets on the bed with the white guy, and then Nikki gets on the bed with Odell, and then they just kind of like get up and start dancing. I don't know, it's just like not choreographed, but just like, oh, we're having fun on the water. And it just, I don't know, it was a very nonsensical video. And there was like one point where Nikki's like on the beach, but she's like singing to the camera, rapping to the camera, and she's like standing up, and it kind of looked like a confessional on like one of those reality shows like Big Brother or like Love Island that's really big right now. Like the way that the lighting worked, it looked like I was just like expecting her to start like complaining about like a date that just went wrong with a guy that's on the show as well. I don't know, it was really an interesting turn of events, and it just like it just saddens me. We talked about Nicki Minaj already, but it kind of saddens me on Ariana's part as well, because I'm just like, this era for both of y'all is just looking a little shaky.
Ooh.
Oh.
Oh. Did y'all see
the video?
Did y'all see Azealia come for Nicki?
Oh, when she said it.
Wait, I heard about that, but I didn't see it. Like, tell me about that.
So
It was actually great.
They were like friends. I thought they were friends. So whatever. Like a year ago, 6 months ago, Azealia posted a DM from Nicki because they were like talking back and forth, and Nicki was like, I know that you like want to change and like start focusing on what matters or whatever. And they were cool. And Nicki even gave her props during an interview and was like, oh, the new Azealia Banks record is dope. And I guess they were friends, but then Azealia got mad because she's like, I'm the rap mermaid, and now Nicki's like,
God.
I was like, Azealia.
Can't nobody be a mermaid but
Azealia.
Azealia Banks.
And then people were like, wait, I thought you were friends, and you posted pictures of the DMs and you said you were crying, and she's like, I was being fake.
Oh no.
Wait, repeat that? You went out for a second. I didn't hear that.
Oh, Azealia said that she was being fake. That she, like, when she was posting the DMs from Nicki and being like, oh, like, I'm crying because Nicki DM'd me.
Oh my God.
And I'm just
so
like, why
sick
would
of
you?
her?
And I'm just like, why?
I'm so sick of her.
I'm just like, why would you say that? Like, now, like, no one's gonna believe anything you say. First of all, I mean, but she had kind of a point. She was like, Nicki has gotten... Sorry. No, because she said Nicki is getting like kind of corny and I want her to find the art.
Oh, she is. That's true. She didn't lie on that.
But the other shit I was like, Nicki, please. I mean, Azealia.
But you know what? She doesn't need to comment on that. That's the problem.
Right.
Like, let it just rock.
Yeah.
Everybody can see that Nicki is flailing.
Right.
Like, everybody can see that. We don't
Right.
need you to comment on this. It's just put it in the music. Do your thing.
Yeah.
But this is why she's not going to thrive, because... I'm just telling you.
Right.
I mean, thought she said... Oh, go ahead.
Go. No, you.
I thought I saw a post from her or something. Someone screen capped it, and it was the picture of Nicki, and it was Azalea's Instagram that said, like, is it chicken or is it tuna?
She was like, sis, this is chicken of the sea. This is a mermaid. She said that.
Wait, what?
She's so rude.
I don't know.
She posted a picture of Nicki in the mermaid tail, and she's like, you look more like chicken of the sea than a mermaid.
Oh, damn.
She is... Oh my God.
The thing about Azealia is she's just a regular petty girl. She's just a regular petty person. Like she doesn't see herself as like somebody on like some like kind of like bigger level where she's like, let me not comment because I'm bigger than this. She's just like, I'm just a regular person. I'm just gonna talk shit. which is cool sometimes, but then other times I'm just like, oh my god, like you really didn't have to do that. Like we all knew you didn't have to do that.
Yeah,
but,
I just, it's just very clear that this is where she's comfortable with where she is at right now in her career, and I'm glad, I'm happy for her. She's like, I've reached the heights that I need to get to, and that's it.
You know how I feel about her, but that chicken of the sea comment, that took me to the ground.
Oh my god, she's really good at her reads. What's her name? Noah Cyrus came for her, and she just posted a picture of Noah Cyrus, and she's like, Noah Cyrus looks like string cheese, and just like it fucking killed me. I was like, okay, like listen, you need to stop, but also you're like this is amazing. But anyways,
Azalea.
Oh, I haven't laughed that hard,
and she never
will.
Like
weeks.
She will never change. She really is not going to. Like she's been doing this since 2011.
Yeah.
So
just that girl.
Did you guys like Treasure Island?
What is that?
It was
That's her song.
What is that? Are you
Renee
serious?
literally texted the group chat about it.
It was cute.
Girl, I know what it is.
It was cute. It honestly wasn't my.
It wasn't my favorite.
Oh, sorry. I thought I cut off. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. Sorry. I was waiting for you.
I was like, oh, I'm cut off. It wasn't my favorite. It wasn't my favorite track. It's cute, but it's not like I'm expecting more from the rest of the album for sure. And it's not Anna Wintour. Anna Wintour was like above and beyond for me.
She will never top Young Rapunzel. That is amazing.
Or Young Rapunzel.
Let me pop my shirt. Let me hit that
heavy metal and reflective. Like I just have not heard anything that like tops her first album. But Anna Wintour is a great song. I think that Anna Wintour is better than Treasure Island.
Yeah, no.
And I was just wondering if Treasure Island is a shout out to Treasure Island Media.
Oh God.
You think it would be?
Oh God.
Do you think so?
Is that a porn company?
She doesn't make music for the gays, and she also makes soap for bussies.
She does. She really
talk
knows
about
us.
that? Is that real? That's not real, right?
Yes.
I don't know, but she tweeted about it. She posted it on her
always
story.
talks about bussies. She's always talking about like, okay, boys, you need to take care of your bussies. Like, this is what you need to do. So the soap, what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to like exfoliate so that the tone is even, so you don't have like deadish skin
She's
cells.
trying to give us bleaching cream. She's trying to sneak it to
I'm
us.
scared.
Oh,
I told my friend, I was like, if I get fucking chemical burns on my hole, I swear to fucking God.
I wonder how that mixes with Giardia.
You gotta trust it? You gotta do it?
I don't know. I mean, I want to support.
The Stan is jumping out.
Truly.
Lord, she was even willing to test medicals, chemicals on herself.
And she said it has witch hazel for if somebody has like.
Is that real? Like witch hazel will tone up your butthole? Like,
well, witch hazel is supposed to soothe if you have hemorrhoids.
So what she's really saying is y'all hoes have some hemorrhoids, wash your asses, you're dirty.
She knows. She knows
and the
her
gays are
demographic.
like, yes!
She knows her demographic.
Azalea's literally like, wash yourselves, you dirty faggots, and then everyone is like, yes! Okay.
I mean, honestly and truly.
That's what's happening.
But listen, everyone's pussy is gonna be even toned and like free of hemorrhoids. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. She's really a pioneer. I feel like in soap making.
For the bussies.
Exactly.
Not my bussy.
Pioneer.
So,
the
I think
the A in LGBTQIA stands for Azalea Banks.
Okay, well, I'm off the show. I hope you guys have a great time.
Anyway, like I said, we're probably gonna need a drag race section for the show because again,
what
every week
now?
it's something. I guess there was a roast in Denver, Colorado, and video surfaced. It apparently happened months ago, but what's her name? Dixie Mattel was on the mic, and she said something. What did she say? Oh, she said, I couldn't decide what to wear, so I wore this. It's just like cotton. Latrice picked it. She was referring to Latrice Royale.
Oh no,
girl.
So yeah, some people started to groan or like moan, not moan, groan or like boo her, and she said, "Oh, is that too far, Denver? What did you forget to invite your black friends tonight?" Which I don't really get with that.
No.
Oh no! What the heck?
Yikes!
I guess she's trying to say like, oh, you guys aren't like that like, you know, that liberal anyway or something. I guess that was her point, but that's not. Yeah, that's fucked up. I feel like a lot of the queens kind of feel the liberty because RuPaul has the politics that he has. They kind of feel the liberty to be like, okay, well, I can be funny via this problematic joke. Like, it's okay because at the end of the day, it's a joke and like it's for shock value, so why not? Like Dixie Mattel, there's always been something that bothered me about her, and she's like, every once in a while she'll say something fucked up and like people still pull for her. Like, do y'all remember when that Asian man was being dragged out of the airplane maybe like a year ago?
Yeah.
She like posted a gif and she was like, yes, drag her or something like that, like as a joke.
Azalea did that?
Trixie Mattel.
Oh, sorry, same thing.
Same thing.
So, and
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well,
girl.
real quick, I wanted to say, I wanted to share Latrice Royale's response to it. So she says, "Stop telling me how to feel. I'm cool, and if I did have a problem, I wouldn't air it out on social media. I am a hashtag queen, a true queen that is hashtag above the BS, and stop stirring the damn pot." So my feelings on that are, she is more than free to feel however she wants to feel. If she wants to not be offended by the joke, that's her right. However, it's been made public and the statements were made publicly. So black people have a right to feel however they feel about it too. Right. So, you know, that's just what it is. And Trixie can choke as far as I'm concerned, especially because her response has basically been, I'm not gonna apologize for this because this is how a roast goes. And that was basically the response that I saw in her comments. It was all like, oh girl, and of course it was non-black gays. Oh girl, you don't have to apologize. Like, have none of these people ever been to a roast? Oh God, here comes the social justice warriors. But as soon as somebody call y'all ass a faggot and start talking about you and trying to take away your right to get married, then you want to talk about, oh, well, homophobia. Well, keep that same energy. Since we're social justice warriors, you are too, bitch.
Yeah. And, like, so her, Bianca Del Rio is another one that says some really fucked up shit all the time. And is probably one of the most popular and, like, biggest selling stand-up comedians or stand-up drag comedians. And like her shit, like nobody says anything. Nobody like kind of like comes in and is like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. And then when they do, she snaps back at them. And she's been like, she says some like really racist shit all the time. And I just don't, it's just weird. Again, the fandom sometimes is like really basic, honestly.
Okay, so I have a quick question. Not that I'm defending anybody, but what if like we were to get roasted? What's off limits? Like these kinds of jokes? Because
I think
if you're not black, don't make a joke about me picking cotton.
Right.
Like that's really like the bar is like really low. Like don't go up there and say nigger. Don't talk about picking cotton. Don't talk about my mama and slavery. And that's really it. Talk about Tinashe all you want and whatever.
If you're black, you can definitely go there, but I just feel like, you know what it is? I feel like there's this idea that like, oh my God, if we limit comedy, then we're like, we're ruining the art of comedy. Right. And I think that the reality is there are plenty of people who don't punch down and manage to still be funny. Right. So you just
that's
need
what I was
to
going to
be
say about
a better comedian.
That's what I was going to say about Bianca Del Rio is that her genre of comedy specifically is that she's an insult comic.
Right.
And she makes insults. Like there are other types of comedy, but
it's not funny.
Right. No, that was my
I don't find it like I don't get like I literally will sit through this and I'm just like, you belong in the 90s. This shit was funny. I mean, it was never funny to me, but I get why people like ate this shit up in the 90s.
Well, yeah, like she's an older drag queen. She's
right.
She's from that.
And she's stuck. And this is the thing. Again, I will say this again and again. Like, a lot of these queens are stuck in this one era of like shock value comedy. It's not funny anymore. It's not like people are still like, I mean, again, I don't feel like it was funny in the first place, but it's just like, fucking evolve. Do something else. Seriously, like, grow as a fucking comedian. But they won't. And it's just like, it is mind-boggling to me when like people will sit through like an hour and a half of that and be like, oh my god, this show was amazing. I'm like, all she did was like say, oh, Mexicans don't pay their rent. Okay, that's funny. Why? Or how?
Because
or like
people literally, because I feel like when these comedians say this kind of, or when these drag queens or whatever say these kind of things, I feel like they give I feel like it's finally a license for white people to like kind of like let go,
listen
and enjoy like somebody saying what they actually feel on the inside.
Listen,
and so that's why they enjoy it. I don't really think it comes down to like
the tablet.
a word.
Shut up.
What?
Listen.
But I think that's real. He said the tabo.
Oh my god.
But I think that's really what it comes down to, because like the fact that I scrolled for a while before I even saw a black person tweeting at this.
Mm-hmm.
Every time something like this happens, it's always white people rushing to be like, or non-black people, especially when it's to do with anti-blackness.
Right.
It's always like whites and like Latinx people, to be honest, too.
Right.
Non-black Latinx folks coming forward to be like, oh girl, you don't have to like, and I just want to know, like, why do y'all think that y'all can excuse anti-blackness? Like, why do you think that that's your thing to forgive?
Because they're not
like,
directly affected by it.
No, but it's just funny to me because it's like somebody would do something like, oh, you niggers, and then a bunch of like white and like non-black Latinx folks will be like, oh girl, we forgive you, it's okay. And I'm just like, but like, you were not the one. Like, it's like if somebody like hits me and then apologizes to me, and somebody else just walks up and is like, "It's okay, girl, it's fine." Like,
because
what?
they can see themselves as people that are like making those same comments. So they're like, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal." Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, because they're like, "Oh, I can make these comments too, and they don't affect me negatively." And I say these secretly to my friends as jokes, so it's not that big of a deal.
Like, actually, you know what's funny is that situation you just said actually happened to me at a bar with white gays, where one of them spilled a drink on me, and then I was like, what the heck? And then one of his friends comes up and it's like, oh, it's okay. And then they walked away. I was like, wait, what? I was like, what do you mean it's okay? What?
It would have been okay with me, girl. I would have, let me stop. Anyway.
We know, but I'm just saying white people do that, so I see the through line, sis. You right.
It's just crazy. Like, it's just crazy. Like, what? I'm not even gonna get into it. Like, there's no point. Like, there's a circular logic, and there's no point to it. Yeah. You can't accept apologies for
it's almost
people.
just kind of how like the term that's going around lately a lot is abusers or people that sexually assault people will defend other folks that have a history of sexual assault. Or like people will come out and to a victim or someone who experienced something and say like, oh, like, forgive this person, and that person, it turns out that person also has a history of sexual assault or whatever. It's that same thing of like, these people can see themselves in that same position, so they're like, it's okay, like, don't worry about it.
It's the same thing that's happening with Terry Crews. Like, where that director said something like, he's gonna make sure that Terry Crews isn't on the movie, and he's been accused of sexual assault himself. So,
what's that movie called?
Right.
Oh, I don't know.
I was gonna say Avengers, but that's not what it's called. Something similar. Expendables 4.
There you go.
There's 4 of them. Goddamn. Yeah. So fuck Trixie.
Fuck
I was
Trixie
gonna say Matthews.
Mattel,
right?
Trixie Mattel. Fuck Bianca Del Rio.
You think it's Stacey Lane Matthews.
Oh, I like her. She's the one that ate the chicken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Cameron Michael. Oh, wait.
No, that's not.
No, you said Matthews, not Michaels. Woof. Ciao.
Oh, ciao.
Chile.
See, look, I already forgot.
Chile the weed.
I have the memory of a tick. Like, I just, like, if I said it 5 seconds ago, I don't remember it anymore. Anyway. So I was reading this thing on Out magazine about the London Pride Parade. It was opened by a bunch of TERFs. And
okay, so what exactly does that mean? I'm sorry.
So okay. Actually, it says it right here. It means trans exclusionary radical feminist. So it's like it's like a bunch of like cis women who are cis queer women, or excuse me, gay because they don't identify as queer. Women who feel that trans women are encroaching on their space. That like they are anti-trans women because they feel like trans women still have male privilege, and like that, like basically what we're doing is we're allowing we're privileging male voices because they're actually still men, and it's just like this whole like it's this shitty thing. Like they're those ones that like spell women out woman, like WOMBYN.
I'm so done.
They do that. Yeah, they do that kind of shit.
I'm so done.
Yeah. So apparently they opened the LA Pride Parade, and then they like had like lesbian equals female homosexual, lesbian not queer. What was the other one? Trans activism erases lesbians. And some of them like laid down on the ground to stop the parade from continuing. Girl, look.
I'm just, like, where's the like? What?
Yeah. So it just is like, I know
a
like
music festival like this. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I know, like, I saw Travis Alabanza posting about this on Instagram and Twitter, and just like a lot of trans people were just like how fucked up it was to like go to a pride parade to celebrate themselves and then to have, you know, these TERFs like ruin that.
Yeah, that's a lot. The fuck?
And are they like mostly
white women?
Yeah,
I'm
that
sure.
What you're asking? I'm sure.
I've actually honestly, and I don't want to like say that there aren't any women of color, but almost all of the TERFs that I have seen have been white women.
Right. And that's because they only understand feminism from their own perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
And I mean, that's the thing of, like, that's what white feminism is. It's just like my rights and only my rights, and I only understand it from the point of view of a white cis person struggling, and everybody else can go fuck themselves.
You know, this makes me think about you guys. You know, Nia, our guest who was on a couple episodes ago.
She needs to come back. She went
to this conference for women by women, and then you know, and you know, I didn't know what TERF meant until like just now, and then she was telling me it's like queer women all
recently, like just now.
So not too long ago.
I was today years old.
Okay, but so Nia goes to this conference, and I guess she was telling me that one of the coordinators found she was supposed to speak or something, and one of the coordinators found out that Nia's trans, and then they stopped her because they were like, "Wait, you didn't tell us that you were trans or something, and that like, you know, people don't want you to speak because you're not like a woman." And she was telling me this story, and I was like, "Wait, what?" And she's like, "Yeah, John, there's women out there like who identify as like radical and queer, but they still don't validate the trans experience." And I was like, "That is insane to me."
Yeah, I mean, and there's a lot of cis gay men who do this shit too.
Well,
there's a there's a lot that are like, you know, oh, just because I'm gay, like everybody. I mean, they talked about it in Pose in that episode where she Blanca was in the. I think they didn't let her in the bar.
Right.
And they talk about this a lot. Like a lot of gays are like, oh, they need somebody to look down on. And they're like, oh, like, you know, just because I'm gay, I have to accept this lifestyle. And it's just like, that's literally what people say about us.
Right. Yeah.
And it's also something that like doesn't affect you like whatsoever. Like if you just mind your business. All of these social issues are, if people just said, I'm just going to mind my business, that like so much would be solved. Like, I don't know if it's... Actually, never mind. I'm not going to go into, like, a philosophical debate. But anyway, go ahead.
I think it just comes down to, like, a lot of people need someone else to look down on. So it's like... And it's like, this is true of every group, right? Like, every time, like, we talk about this with, like, immigrants coming to the U.S., non-black immigrants. I mean, even black immigrants in the way that they look down on black Americans. It's just like everybody wants somebody that they can look down on. Right. So even with black people, you know, a lot of times look down on LGBTQ plus people. within the gay community, white gays look down on black gays look down on trans people, or black men, look down on black lesbians. Like, everybody wants to just feel like they have that one thing that makes them important or more acceptable. Right. So there's like a lot of cis gay men that are like out here like, oh, I'm gay, but I'm not all of that. I'm not trans. I'm not trying to be a woman, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, but like, so then the first people in our community that are affected by shit are trans women, and the first people to fight back are trans women, and the rights that you got are because of trans women. Mm-hmm. So like,
right. Yes,
figure that shit out, because this ain't it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so fuck y'all, fuck TERFs, fuck all of you trans misogynist assholes. Ooh, what should I talk about? Should I talk about Tinashe being a stalker?
Yes.
We don't need that.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
I love Oprah's Vogue cover. I thought she looked so beautiful.
She did look gorgeous in that. I thought that was beautiful.
Amazing, right? Like, it was shot by Murder Marcus. It was a beautiful photograph. Edward Enninful did it. I think this is like his 4th issue as the editor, and like his 3rd black woman. Like, good job. We stand. Yeah.
So, anyway, as I was saying,
wait, what did Tinashe do?
I was like, okay, maybe he'll forget.
So Ben Simmons is like, I guess he's a basketball player, and he used to date Tinashe. Reportedly, he reportedly broke up with her because he felt like she was on that Kardashian shit, which I guess was like her calling the paparazzi on herself. But so then he broke up with her and got himself a real Kardashian. He's dating Kendall Kardashian.
Wow.
Or sorry, Kendall Jenner. Sorry, I never remember what these girls' names are. And so he's alleging, TMZ is reporting, according to this complex. I refuse to go into actual TMZ. I was like, let me find another publication. He's alleging that every time he goes out with Kendall, like, Tinashe's already there, or she gets there after he does, and at this point it's getting creepy to him, so he's trying to file a report against her.
The thing is,
I don't know if I believe this.
Yeah, the thing is, they're celebrities. They go through to very specific clubs, and especially if you have like similar circle of friends, like y'all are gonna end up in the same spots. Like, even with fucking gay people, like just with gay people, like you're gonna run into like a lot of the same people if you have the same circles, like at the same bars. Like,
yeah. TMZ approached her, and she held up her phone. She said, he's texting me. What the hell? What is he doing? What an idiot. And I think this is one of those situations where, like, a lot of guys do like really fucked up shit, and then they're like, I don't know why that girl is just crazy. Like, my ex is just so crazy, man. I don't know what to tell you. And it's like, I'm sure he's like telling her shit. I'm sure he's still talking to her. I'm sure there's all kinds of other shit going on. Like, I don't trust this man for a second. And I'm not even a Tinashe stan or anything, but I just don't trust niggas. I don't trust you.
That was petty. You didn't have to say, and I'm not even a Tinashe stan.
I just wanted to make it clear.
You can choke.
I just wanted to make it clear.
That was
You're
so
Roxy
unnecessary.
Andrews. We're here to make it clear.
Like, but everything you said after that, it just left my brain. Just the Kill Bill siren, just like the ooh, what that was.
But yeah, so apparently him and Kendall.
There you go.
Yes,
Sound
Kendall.
it out.
Apparently, him and Kendall are beefing up their security. So I was like, I guess
to protect him from Tinashe. I'm sorry, that is funny to me.
It's because she's Black Widow. That's why she has the Black Widow moves.
Oh my god, you guys!
Oh god,
Tinashe is Swim fan.
No.
Do you remember that movie Swim Fan? Where
we don't know that yet. Don't put that on her.
Don't you dare! She's not going around throwing Beyonce albums at Carrie Hilson in the street. Leave her alone. She's not doing that.
I'm telling you, once Tinashe gets her consistent dance instructor gig, it's over for you.
Stop it. She's not gonna be Marianne Givens. I refuse.
This might be, you know what? This might be the thing that like gets her popping. This story might get her popping. I don't know.
Stop, if Mona Scott Young is listening, stay away from her. Get a job.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah. You know what I feel like is happening? You know what I kind of feel like is happening? He's probably still hitting her up.
I know exactly.
He's probably still trying to get stuff get things happening between them. And then the way that he's kind of pulling the wool over Kendall's eyes is being like, she's stalking me. Why is she here? Like, what's going on? I don't want to talk to her. And then as soon as she's gone, he's like, hey, you up? What are you doing? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm sure. And I think there's also an explanation probably for Kendall, because I'm sure she's like, wait, what's going on here? And he's probably just like, oh man, I don't know. She's crazy. You already know she's crazy.
Right.
You know how niggas are. You know they do that shit all the time. They do shit to make women feel crazy, and then they're like, oh, she's crazy.
I'm very happy in that moment that John and Renee didn't say yes. Because if you said, you know how niggas are, and they go, yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm
like,
sorry.
what?
You know how men are.
I would have been like,
yeah, I was assuming... Well, okay, let me...
No, I mean, you assumed he was talking to me, but I was waiting on John to be like, yeah.
Okay, like I would...
Sorry. I slip into nigga a lot, but I meant just men in general. You know how they are. They do this kind of shit all the time.
Right, yeah.
And the nigga it's
so easy
out.
to convince people that women are crazy.
Right.
You're right. You're right.
So one last story. I just want to shout out Patricia. Let me not butcher this name. Okumu. God, I hope I did that right. She was the black woman who protested at the Statue of Liberty on 4th of July. Yeah, so she's a 44-year-old personal trainer. She's an immigrant. I read somewhere, and I don't know for sure, but I read somewhere that she's a naturalized citizen. But I'm reading this article on The Root.
Wait, what does naturalized mean?
I actually don't fully know, but I think it means like you're good. Like you're like you. I think that it means that you're like. Let me Google it right now.
Oh yeah,
I was just about to say I love Google.
Oh, it's you go through the process to acquire citizenship or nationality of that country. Okay, so she
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
look at that.
See the process. Google. Okay, sorry, continue.
So she went to the actual protest, which there was a protest here in New York, which I missed out on, unfortunately. But she went. She said that she went. I think it ended at near the Statue of Liberty, I don't think it ended at the Statue of Liberty because that's like on an island. But she decided that she just wanted to climb up because she just felt like it was right, and I guess she had actually planned it a little bit beforehand. But she just felt like it being the 4th of July, and then also like all these things happening right now with children being separated from their parents. So a quote from her, she said, when the cops came up to her, she said, don't come up. And the cop said, I care about you. And she said, no, you don't. You could shoot me the way you shot Claudia Gomez and killed that trans woman.
Oh, shit.
And so she was married to Gomez, a 20-year-old Guatemalan woman who was shot by the Border Patrol in Texas last month. And then Roxana Hernandez, who's a trans woman who came here seeking asylum. But she was put in the detention center that she was put in. It was extremely cold. And I think she also had HIV. I think she was HIV positive. So she died from, I think, pneumonia. I think she contracted pneumonia. I don't remember what she actually died from specifically, but she died from complications with those two things. Yeah. So she was, the place was dubbed the ice box. So it was that cold. And then I know the lights were on 24/7. So that meant like she struggled with getting sleep. But the point is that both of these women ended up dead. So she says she feared that she would be shot, but she just felt like, it was something that she just had to do at that time. And she said that like she'll sleep. She doesn't sleep well knowing that there are people, like there's children that are still having trouble being connected with their parents. And she thinks that Trump should be impeached. And basically all the shit we've been talking about.
She quoted Michelle Obama. Did you hear that?
Oh, I did not.
So with this whole talk about like Democrats saying that we need to be more peaceful and we need to be kind of like the bigger person when it comes to politics, she quoted Michelle Obama, and she's like the wonderful Michelle Obama said, "When they go low, we go high." So I try to climb as high as I could, and that's what she was doing when she was climbing the Statue of Liberty. Which fucking badass. And also like the stuff that the Statue of Liberty stands for, like what it says, give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses,
right,
yearning to be free. And
what
it's
a
just
statement.
like, yeah. what a fucking badass. Like, literally, like, what? And of course, it's like a black woman always coming to like the rescue of other folks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that, Renee, too, because I remember there was a article that I read this week that said something like, black women aren't your superheroes, like, or they're not superhuman, they're people. And how, you know, the narrative that like black women always have to, or like even in the Jay-Z Beyonce album, like there's a line where he's like, "Black Queen, you rescued us," and it's always like putting in like black women as like these like saviors that have to come in and like constantly do things. And it's like uplifting people like that is also a form of dehumanization too. So it's like it's the whole strong black woman trope where like they have to be, you know, they can only exist if they're like these like confident, loud, like savior-esque like people, as opposed to just being people. Which is why like when you see people like Olivia Pope and like Annalise Keating, like it's so amazing because they're black women, but they're allowed to, like, they're characters that are black women, but they're allowed to be flawed and like and
cry,
like to be human. Whereas like, you know, in real life it's always like, oh, like black women are gonna save us, you know, and it's like that sucks. It may be, while I do think black women will, they shouldn't have to. Like they're the only ones with sins. So,
and also we should be supporting them and making sure that they don't have to feel all of that responsibility, because the issue is that black men are not standing up the way that we need to be.
No, I agree.
In all honesty, I was just even thinking about that. I was watching a clip. I'm gonna say this piece and then we could move on. But I was watching this clip earlier, and it was I don't know what show it was for, but it was like some ensemble black show, and it was like Gloria Gavon or whatever her name is, from I think is Love and Basketball, or I don't know. She was saying that she wanted more light skinned people on a panel. And Tiffany New York
Queen
Tiffany Pollard was like, no, like that's not cool what you said, and there was no reason for you to say it if you didn't really mean it. And the fact that there's black people on the panel, you know, and she was like saying all this shit. The only black, or no, she wasn't. Well, she was the only like black, not biracial woman, the only darker skinned black woman there. And you know, of course, here comes Karambie talking about, well,
not Karambie.
What's his name? That's his name.
No, it's Karamo.
Oh, bitch.
Girl, Harambe is the gorilla.
Oh, I'm just sorry.
Yikes.
Bitch, I'm sorry. Anyway,
when Karamo. You put it in the doc and I was reading it, I thought you were making the joke. And I was like, I was like, this is okay because Baze is making it. But I didn't know that you really thought his name was.
Oh. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting his name. Sorry.
That's the gorilla that everyone was obsessed with.
Wow. That Freudian slip, though.
Wow. The anti-blackness jumped out.
No. I mean, he is exhibiting some coonish behavior.
Oh, well.
But so he was basically like, oh, I knew her heart, and that's why I didn't feel like there was a need to like say anything or correct her, because I just knew where she was coming from. And it was just like, well, then if you knew her, you should have corrected her. Like, you shouldn't just excuse it. But it was just funny, and it was interesting to see how in this situation where a lighter skinned mixed race woman is like putting down darker skinned women, you have the situation where the black woman is forced to protect herself and stand up for herself, while the black men on the panel, especially the other dark skinned black man, is just like, well, you know, it's fine because I know her heart. And I think that's just really indicative of like just how the disparity between the way that black men deal with anti-blackness and the way that black women deal with it.
And actually, too, New York even said on the panel, she said it was something that was so beautiful. She was like, if you're going to even open your mouth to talk about you being for or pro-black or something like that, she goes, then you need to stand in every shade of it. And I was just like, yes, sis, like, go off. We stand a queen.
Yeah. So, yeah, just niggas. And especially once y'all get money, it's like when we get money, we just like
become Kanye.
Lose our whole entire I mean, but if you think about it, like look at all the black gay male celebrities, and like just even beyond the fact that they're all with white men, look at their politics and look at what they speak on.
Right.
It's very crickety out there. The ghost jumped out. Yeah. So, yeah, that's all I had to say about that. So let's move on to the Dixie, unless anybody had any last final thoughts.
Nope.
No, that's it.
No? Okay.
That's
All right.
India
Scarlett
Moore is
Jo-
Black Widow. Okay, bye.
Scarlett Johansson is going to be joining us next segment. Bah, 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 bah.
Hello. Ha ha ha. Hello.
He's back.
And welcome back to the Dixcast. This week we will be talking about I do not actually know this week, so I will give it away to Renee. Give it away?
Oh,
Okay.
I am now going to strip the topic of the discourse away. No? What's this not funny to you?
No.
Oh,
That's my culture.
I
You making fun of my culture, sis.
Wow.
For Wakanda.
And anti-Nigerian.
Renee?
yeah. So the topic
I love
today.
everyone.
Okay. Yes, the topic.
So
the
Renee.
the discourse today is actually in the form of a question, which would be, if there were a gym where you go to work out aspects of your personality, what aspects do you feel like you should be working on? And this one's going to be a tough one because we have to sit and be honest with ourselves and really think about it and
I feel like
potentially
what's
Listen, I
drag.
know you all you hoes are flawed, so you better come with some real shit.
What I was just about to say, if someone lies, if you're going to call, they're going to be like, no.
They're gonna be like, wrong answer.
Try again.
As your personality personal trainer, I think that actually
Dang.
Personality,
What you
personal
should be
trainer,
working
on. I
write
need one of
that
those.
down.
I need one of those. Give me one of them.
Those are therapists.
but we could also with lightness and love give suggestions to maybe if we're open, suggestions to maybe what we want to work on too. So yeah. I'm trying, this is our Oprah moment. I'm trying to like grow. I'm trying to like, so who should go first?
What this really is saying is, I can't wait to drag y'all talk.
Yeah, right?
I know,
So
this
go
is
ahead,
the roast that we were talking about. That
Oh yeah, we finally get our rose. Don't none of y'all call me a nigger.
I want to go first because I want to get it out the way because I hate
Okay.
saying what I do wrong.
I'll go second then. Go ahead.
Which is the first question I need to admit when I'm wrong more.
Ooh, ain't that a word?
I thought we were supposed to do this with
Sensational.
lightness and love.
It is. I said that lovingly.
he agreed so confidently too.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I agreed in love.
I hate you.
Oh my god, I'm sorry.
The ghetto.
Wow. My phone. Sorry. Okay. Ooh. Okay. There we go.
All right,
I
Rakeem.
cannot breathe. I'm so sorry. Wow. So yeah, I think that's one of them. I need to take responsibility for my actions. Well, not take responsibility for my actions, but like acknowledge when I'm not right, because I tend to like to hold on to something. Sometimes, even if I'm wrong, I don't like being wrong, and that's an Aries thing. I also need to be better at communication. Because I know I'm not the greatest communicator in several ways. And I know that I know that that's caused problems with people before where I haven't like communicated effectively, or if I wasn't communicated effective, if someone didn't communicate effectively to me, I didn't like ask for clarification or whatever. I also need to be better at confrontation because I hate doing that, and that's no fun. Baze loves it, or rather, is good at it.
For it.
Yeah, he lives for the applause.
I have to confrontate.
Not confrontate.
Lady
Chile.
Gaga picture. I have to confrontate.
Yikes. And then I think the biggest one is probably like well, actually there's two big ones. One is learning to say no, and like not being scared to like stick up for yourself. So for example, like there's a lot of situations where I like should have like been said no, or like been went off, or like not done something, but because I feel like if I say no, then I'm like a bad person. I tend to do a lot of things that I really don't want to do, or go places that I don't want to go to, or see people that I don't want to see, or hang out with people that I don't want to hang out with, because I have a hard time saying no.
Dang.
And being like the bad guy. Chun-Li.
They
call me the bad guy.
Oh my god,
Chun-Li.
stop.
You know I've been on confrontation.
Lower than cross. That's the one line I like from that song. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh my god. Call me Keemly. But that's actually a cute name, Keemly. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so we're improving ourselves. So yeah, I mean, I think that's what I would do. Do y'all agree with that? Do you feel like that's inaccurate?
Yeah.
Yeah, lovingly agree. I lovingly agree.
You would? Are we sharing the truth?
This is gonna get slightly awkward.
No, go. I can't.
I'm gonna share my
It's
shit.
fun.
Y'all can tell me.
I think it's fun.
No, shoot
I'm
me.
having a good time.
I deserve it. Shoot me.
Oh my god.
We literally just talking memes all day. What is wrong?
Honestly, like we're bilingual now. Like this is everything.
Is you're next, I think.
Yes, I'm next.
Oh, okay. So you're not gonna. Okay, perfect.
What?
Oh, I thought you were gonna tell me the truth.
I think you covered it, girl. I'm glad you're self-aware.
You're like, oh, you're very self-aware of your flaws. Yeah. Okay, good.
Now let's apply that to life.
You're like, check that one, check that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I know the last one that I forgot because Baze just reminded me. Stop dating white men. Okay, next.
Oh, you don't have to stop. Just less.
He wants to wean you off. Just
you shouldn't go cold turkey. They say you gotta wean yourself.
So I get like a half white person next.
You have withdrawals.
You know, the next person has to be a half and then fully a person of color. Yeah.
Okay.
Just slowly.
Let's start with white Latinos, and then go from there.
Okay. I'll go to Armin Rizzo and then POC.
God. Is he white? Renee?
Wait, I'm sorry. What were you saying, babe?
No, he said that Armin Rizzo is a white Latino. Is he?
No,
I wouldn't say that. I
thought
wouldn't
that's what
say
you were
that.
saying.
No, I was being
Leave
sarcastic.
Armin alone, you guys.
I didn't even bring him up.
I
wouldn't say-
did. but
I mean, there's
was
a
joking.
spectrum, but I don't see him. I would not say he's a white Latino at all. No.
No, I was joking. That's
Okay.
not what I meant. I know he's not a white Latino.
Okay.
I just brought him up because you talk about him a lot. So I figured if you're gonna wean yourself off, like he would be.
Yeah, go with Armand Rizzo.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. Where shall I begin?
Do you need help?
What I need to work on is I need to be more patient. I'm very quick to jump to conclusions, like through hoops and off of balconies. I jump to them very quickly. So
you know that video of that girl falling down the stairs, like falling off the stairs, and she like lands on her feet. That is you.
Never mind. That's maybe problematic. Never mind. Anyway, yeah, I need to be. The issue with that is that it's protecting me a lot, but I still do need to be less likely to jump to conclusions about people. Because I make very quick judgments about people, and which again has protected me, but it's not necessarily good to do that. Just because I'm also probably missing out on people too. So, I wish I would work on being more comfortable with myself, because it's really when I am comfortable with myself. Like I just met like a whole group of new people the other day, and I was like fine. And usually that like stresses me out, and I become like hyper aware of like every action that I've ever done. and every tick and every like blink. And I was just completely fine, confident, was like laughing, talking it up, joking, wasn't really like concerned with what the next word was going to be. Whereas when I'm like anxious, I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to say next? And then what are they going to say next? And then what am I going to say after that? How am I going to keep the conversation going? Because I'm responsible for keeping the conversation going. So I would like to be more comfortable with myself so that more consistently, because I am sometimes, but when I'm not, it just really sucks. So I would like to more consistently be comfortable with myself so that I'm less freaked out about other people's reactions to me. I would like to be more selfless because I'm very selfish, and I would like to be a little less self-centered because I'm also very that much that.
That's not a bad thing though.
It can be. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but like it can come to a point where it comes to the detriment of the people that you love around you, because you shouldn't be so self-centered that you can't see other people's pain or other people's like points of view and stuff like that. Like I think sometimes my ego, I hate to apologize. And I think that like stems from some other shit we don't have to get into right now, but I hate to apologize and hate to admit when I'm wrong. So I think that's something that like similar to Rakeem, where I'm like very bullheaded and I really need to like take the time to relax, chill, take in the information, and then decide how I'm going to react, as opposed to just going and just saying whatever. I need to be less quickly to anger. And I think I need to stop letting people control how I respond to things, because I'm very much a person of, if depending on what mood I am, if I'm in a less secure mood, if I'm less secure with myself, I'm definitely like, I'm whatever energy you give me is whatever energy I'm going to give you back. And I don't really like that. I think I should be who I am and do what I want to do regardless. So like if somebody's giving me stank and I just want to say hi or whatever just to be nice, like I should still say hi just to be nice. But whereas you know, when I'm more less secure, I'm like, oh, this bitch is not even making eye contact with me, so I'm not saying hi. You know, or like, you know, like little stuff like that. So like I really want to be just more comfortable with being my authentic self regardless of how other people are responding to that. So yeah, that's my shit. Any suggestions?
No, sis, I think the self-awareness of this group is staggering. Everyone knows.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's good though.
Everything you were saying, I was like, yep. I was like, make sure he says anger man. Okay, yep.
Well,
okay, anger management.
I don't think you're as self-centered as you think you are, though. I think you're pretty... I mean, this is just from my experience with you. I think you acknowledge other people's feelings and emotions.
I've gotten much better, but that part of that has been like being in a relationship. I was like much worse when I first got with Mark.
Oh.
Yeah.
How?
Huh? You say that, but look, listen, I was not really honestly and truly aware of how self-centered and how selfish I was until I got into a relationship. Especially since I'm an only child, so like I never really had to. I've always had like all the adults in my life always kind of catered to me, so like I never really had to like share. What?
You analyzed? I said the analyzation.
Oh yeah, I've never had to like share attention with anyone. I've never had to share any of my stuff. I've never really had to share any food. So like the idea of like cohabitating with somebody,
solo star,
was like completely.
Yeah, you're like, share my shit, nigga. Are we gonna have to confrontate?
Confrontate.
Honestly and truly, like me and Mark. Honestly, like I mean, I'm spilling tea, which is not really that much, but. We buy separate groceries because that's how bad at sharing I am. Like we go to the grocery store separately.
That is the most base thing I have ever heard. I can see Mark being like, "Can you pick us up some waffles?" And Base being like, "I can pick me up some waffles."
Oh my god.
Well, no, it was the opposite. I would be like, "Okay, you pick me up some waffles," and then it got to the point then the waffles would be picked up and I would be eating all of them.
Oh
my
so
wow.
So that's why I had to learn to just buy my own groceries instead of sharing.
That was the
never
solution.
Share soggy waffles.
No, Mark was like, we should share, and I was like, oh, so what you're saying is I should just buy my own groceries.
I was just gonna say the solution for you to not sharing is just buying your own stuff instead of actually sharing. Like,
yes. He did. He was like, let's just share stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, yes, I just need to get my own shit. Okay. Bet. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's indicative like of the kind of person that I am in terms of like my willingness to share. So that's something obviously I need to work on.
Right.
He just
but
walked
that's
in the
also
room and he's staring at me right now.
But yeah, that's self-awareness, and that's also like I think also like just looking back on like, okay, I was raised this way and that's why I interact with people this way. Like that is also a good way of figuring out like what things you feel like you want to work on. So I think that your self-awareness is great, actually. But I really feel like I'm gonna do this real quick so it doesn't turn into honey roast. But I feel like you're like one of the most understanding friends. Like when I really sit down and talk to you about stuff, I'm just like, okay, wow, like she's one of like the most understanding friends I have. So,
thank you. Honestly, that's a testament to like growth. You know what that is? Growth. Because I wasn't always like that. I was very short fused and did not want to see other people's perspectives at all.
Next.
Okay, I guess I'll go next.
Y'all supposed to do yurt back to me. Okay.
No. Oh, yurt. I don't know what that is.
It's the New York thing. It's when somebody comes in the room, or I don't know. I'm still learning, but when somebody comes somewhere and then they say yurt, and then their friends are like, "Oh, yurt," and then they, it's like a animal call.
Ooh,
it's almost like yo. It's like the East Coast version of yo.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I haven't been to New York in a while, so I didn't know what you're.
Okay. I can see John's face like, oh, hey. Like, you're.
Okay. I'm gonna like probably regret admitting this, but I think I need to work on not comparing myself to certain people. And I like get on this, I like spiral into this like social media rabbit hole, and like I think on paper, if I write things down, I'm pretty good where I'm at, but I'm always finding myself comparing myself to other people who are like quote more successful or like quote like have things that I don't, or going places that I wish I could go to, and just like doing things, and like I feel like shit about it sometimes. I'm like, I'm not doing enough with my life. I'm not where I should be, and
what?
No, and it's kind of annoying, and I get that sounds like absurd, and like when I think about where I am now, and it's really hard for me to do this, but like try to be more grateful for the things I have, because like right now is like where I wished I was. Like if I could rewind like a few years ago, I am where I am now, where I wish. Wait, does that make sense? I am where I wish I would be, I guess, where I wish I was, and like,
yes.
And now that I'm here, I'm like still. Now I'm wishing I was somewhere else. Does that make sense? And so
that's normal.
And like I need to stop doing that. And it's actually a friend texted me the other day, just like out of nowhere, and was just like, I'm trying to do some exercises right now. So you tell me like 5 things that you're grateful for, like immediately. And I was like, whoa, that's a really cool text. And so I had to think about it where I was, and like that got me sort of out of my zone about comparing myself to, because it's really easy, especially with social media, like at the click of your finger and then the palm of your hand, I'm like staring at this like glowing rectangle of this like really weird teleporting device, and like seeing other people's lives and like not wishing I was doing the things that they were doing. Like one of my friends is traveling and going to Italy, and I don't know, just doing shit, and I'm looking at myself like, fuck, I wish I was in Italy. What am I doing? I'm just working. But I think if someone else were to look at me, they would be thinking the same thing, but of me, which is kind of wild,
Mm-hmm.
Like,
because we only put our like successful things on social media.
I know that's true, and that's another thing I need to work on too.
It's what like, what does it say? It's our highlight reel.
Our highlight reel, yeah. And like, I don't know. I think I need to get better at just not. I need to get better at separating the two first, like thinking like this is not all there is to this story. I'm sure there's lots of things going on in this person's life. And like, even if that was everything, even if the highlight reel was their real life, I should still like be happy with mine just as it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I would work on that. And that's just so if we're doing this on gym day, so that's my one day. Yeah. And I think the next day, I think I really want to just work on not procrastinating so much because I know I'm that person. So yeah, those are my things.
Anything else? No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I'm dang!
I'm joking.
I mean, I am open to some loving.
I'm joking. I was actually gonna make a joke and say, John, yours are like so sweet because it's like yours are the things you want to work on, like when you're not trash. Like Baze and I are like, don't fight people, like text people back, like like learn to share with your partner. And you're like, I just need to really think about what I'm grateful for, and I just need to breathe. And I'm so rich. Like I just
God, Rakeem.
I'm just like, wow, like John is like that bitch. Like
imagine so well adjusted.
Imagine like being in a place where the things that you want to fix are not even really like problems. They're just like behavioral adjustments, not personality detriments. Like Baze and I are like, we need to be reincarnated and start over. Like we're screwed.
Oh my God, stop. No, but it does affect my self-esteem though. If I like crawl into this rabbit hole and it's really hard for me to get out. And like, even though I'm like faking the funk, I'm still wishing that I was doing something better,
But I mean, and that's the thing with, I think, and we even went into this last episode, but that's the thing with social media. It's just like you don't know what else is going on, and you're seeing people be happy, but like that like that's not all that's going on, and especially and then you'll find out later like, oh shit, that's not all that was going on. So it's just like like we want to do this, we want to show people we're happy and successful, and like we're with people that are like cool or that love us or whatever, and it's just like, but that's not us all the time.
But also too, John, I think that shows that you want to constantly improve yourself, which I think is a really positive thing. Like it's, what you're saying is I don't feel comfortable being comfortable. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel comfortable feeling content. I want to be great. And I think that's, to me, those are like the people that are remembered and like celebrated are these people that never, settle for anything. And I don't think you settle.
Thank you.
Except if you've been on the app for like 3 hours and you're like, at this point, I don't care. Other than that, like you don't settle.
So Renee,
love you.
Renee, love you too.
I have to do my homework. Okay, all right. I have to do my homework, but thank y'all for this lovely episode.
Wow,
amazing.
Wow,
this was beautiful.
And the gag is
Renata Hernandez. You better shut up and start talking.
Great.
Renata,
right. I'll see y'all later. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Renee, that's not
fair. Do we have to confrontate?
Renata,
ew, don't do the air horn. Don't abuse the air horn. You can't do that.
What would I work on?
Everyone's like, okay, we have our list. Let's see if the BO matches up.
The rest of us have something to say. We're like, well, if you can't think of anything.
Renee,
I'll take some suggestions. Go ahead. Y'all want to give me suggestions first? Go ahead.
No.
No, you start.
You go. We'll supplement the presentation.
So I just want to be like less perfect. I feel like it's such a problem.
The noise that just left John's mouth.
And like I just need
the Cameron Michaels jumped out. It's so hard being a buff white.
Because I'm a buff white person.
No, I mean
no, I know I'm joking. So okay, I'm gonna drag myself a little bit. But I think I'm working on it. Working on being less judgmental. And also
you choked while saying that.
Wait, what?
You're like, less judgmental? Like, you can't even open your mouth fully. It's like your jaw's wired shut.
I'm like pulling the words out of my mouth.
There's like a gun to his head.
I want to be less judgmental. I think I do this thing sometimes where I get frustrated with people because I'm just like, I see, and like, this is going to sound weird, but sometimes I see like the value in people that they don't see themselves. And so I'm just like, I know you can do better. Or I know you can I know that like, that's not what you want to settle for. And I know that's not all you are. Or do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And like but sometimes that comes off as like asshole behavior because it is. And it's because it's also like me, myself, like I have to hear from people like, Renee, like you're okay. Like you're fine. Like you're not, this horrible, ugly person most of the time. And like I have self-doubt too, so I need to stop. I think just because I don't know, I kind of put like a lot of the people around me on a pedestal, and I'm just like, oh my god, you're like perfect in this way, XYZ, but then you do stuff that like is fucking you up, and I'm just like, but everyone does that. Everyone does that. So I need to stop being judgmental. I think about that. I think I also want to come off and also be less pretentious maybe about my politics, because they're pretty extreme, but like sometimes I could just keep them to myself and that's fine, or also just kind of like reprogram them in a way where it's not like coming off as a lot for people. Also I think a big one that I'm working on right now is I'm trying not to like, and it's kind of similar to John's, but I'm trying to be very grateful for stuff more often, just because like sometimes I have a hard time with like a lot of shit. Like a lot of the good things that have happened to me throughout my life have always come with like some weird twist that like fucks me up. Like I got into school into like, at the time was the #1 public university in the world, but then like I wasn't getting enough funding, and then I dropped out. And like I always look at things like, sometimes I look at blessings and like, okay, but how is this gonna fuck me up, or how is this gonna fail me? Like at anything, like something good happens, and I'm just like, I need to stop with that reasoning, because it's that it in itself is fucking me up. And so like let's say with school, like it's kind of hard. I really love it, especially like the classes I'm taking right now, but it's kind of hard. But then I'm also just like, how many people have this opportunity? Like my parents didn't have the opportunity to come to the school. Do you know what I'm saying? And so like I'm trying to be grateful for shit, because I'm just like, if I'm looking at things through a negative lens all the time, like I feel like it's going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and like the bad shit's always going to come.
Yeah, that's real.
And I'm also working on my confidence too, I think. And I think it's working out, actually. Like I can look at like, let's say like the graph throughout my lifetime of my confidence, and it's always been pretty low. There was like a peak around 2013 when I met my initial group of friends that were people of color, and that kind of had like these politics that like really made me see things differently and made me start loving myself. And then after me dropping out and like a bunch of other shit happening, like it went down again, and I feel like there's a peak right now too. And apart from right now, like, and this is like very recent, like within the last 2 months or so, like I feel like it's getting better. But I also want to be honest with myself about where that confidence is coming from, and like how to keep it stable. Because sometimes people, I feel like, get their confidence from things or people. And like, that's not always a stable thing, because, you know, those things or those people or whoever or whatever can disappear. I think that I'm gonna drag myself a little bit, but I think the confidence that I've been part of the confidence, not all of it, because another part is like just maybe like the good relationships that I have recently, and like just like confidence in myself and like who I am as a person and all that stuff. But like part of the confidence has been coming from attention from like, you know, folks.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of
and that's okay.
That's okay.
Don't feel weird for saying that.
I think that, and that's, but the thing is, like, I don't want that to be, because that can stop. And apart from that, that can stop, and that's like unstable. And I don't want that to be like the thing that gives me confidence. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, I don't want to rely on that
source, but it's definitely a perk of your like your rising confidence lately, right?
Sure, but like for me, like, because there are moments like let's say, I want to say like there's one person in particular that I'm thinking about, but like this is a pattern.
Woo.
In general, is like every time I get rejected romantically, that person always ends up with somebody like really basic and like maybe conventionally good looking, but incredibly basic person. And then so like that confidence that I had when I was with that person, like dips. Do you know what I'm saying? And so I'm just like, I don't want to like hang my confidence on like a place where I know it can dip. And like for me now, like when I think about it now, and especially because like I've been running into a lot, like there's no one in particular, a lot of exes and ex-flings since moving back, and especially recently, like within the last month, and seeing them and being like, okay, wow, like when you left me, like that really fucked me up. And then I see you now and like you don't mean shit to me. And it's because I love myself now, and you're trying to get back at me, but like I have the respect for myself now. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
totally.
so now I'm just like, that's why I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from, and I'm just like, this part right here, like I don't want to rely on that. These other aspects, like I have other aspects where I'm just like, I try to be the best friend that I can to the people around me, or I try to be a good person, even though that doesn't always work out realistically, or I try to bring brightness when I can into people's lives. Like all these other things that like make me confident and make me happy and make the people around me happy. Like that is what I want to be confident in, not this other bullshit, this dude that like I'm like hung up on for 3 months and I'm never gonna see again, and he's gonna fuck up my self-confidence. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
it does, but I think that's like a normal thing. Like I don't know that you ever get past that completely.
I feel like I'm getting past it though. Is what I'm saying.
Well then never mind. Look, let me speak to you.
I'm saying like right now, like I'm totally like there are people that are interested, but I'm just like, I don't feel like I need that anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? And
wow.
and even if it does happen,
like,
I don't feel like,
resist.
no, not only that, but even if it doesn't happen, I don't feel like they're never gonna get to, or maybe they will actually. Let me not say never, but like now I'm more aware of like not letting someone so under my skin and like take so much control of my self-confidence that it'll like dip like that again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think, yeah, when I say my confidence, but also being aware and critical of where that confidence is coming from, because those things, who was it? I want to fucking quote who said it, and I'll look for the quote, but somebody said, don't rely on things, like superficial things for or right. temporary things for your confidence.
I think I remember that too. I don't know who said it.
Because those can be pulled from under you, and then you're fucked. So just be sure to hang it on something that you feel is like a little more stable, and like something that'll ultimately make you a lot more happier and like is more healthy.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think also like this is the last one, but I think I also want to be more critical of myself and the way I handle things. Specifically, like I want to be more I guess more keep myself like more accountable. Just because I feel like for a long time, like I really, and I still to this day sometimes, my anxiety has kind of like given me this thing where it's just like, you're gonna die soon, so who cares if shit falls apart.
Oh my god.
Like don't worry about like putting your things together, or like calling the school, or like doing this, or doing like certain responsibilities, because at the end of the day, like you're gonna die soon, so who cares? And like that mentality is slowly going away. And even like some things that have frustrated me, like being like group projects, let's say, or like even being part of this podcast has sometimes like frustrated me, not because it's frustrating, but because I'm just like, fuck, I have to actually start being accountable, not only to myself, but like other people. But it's also helped me to be like, okay, like think about other people too, and like be more accountable. And so I'm trying to get better at that as well. So yeah, that's me. I'll take notes. Rakeem?
Next question. See ya.
Rakeem, give me some love, Rakeem.
Huh?
Give me some loving advice.
I think that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't need to, because everything y'all are saying is pretty much what I would say.
Okay.
And no, really, I think that everything that you said is pretty valid. So, like, good job for recognizing that. I mean, the whole time I didn't say much because I was actually kind of just sitting here thinking like, oh, like, I really don't even need to worry about them, because like everyone knows what we need to work on. Like, and I'm really proud of the fact that everyone is kind of aware of that. I don't know, but like I always in my head have this thing where like if I do something dumb, or like if I mess up on something, that like everyone else notice it and just isn't saying it, and it's always like, oh, like you need to fix this or whatever. But I feel like we all do that to ourselves, and because we do, and part of it's like because of anxiety, right? And like when we do that, I feel like it forces you to be really self-aware about what you perceive your flaws to be. And I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that, but I just think all of us, have like a awareness that I don't think a lot of people have, and I'm really like proud of that.
And it actually takes work. Like I've had,
absolutely,
yeah.
I like when I think about like some things that about 5 years ago, I'm just like, oh my god, that was so embarrassing. Or like I had people like my friends like very lovingly hint at stuff, like, oh, what do you think of people that do like are doing it in a way that they know won't offend me because I'm super sensitive. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm probably really hard to approach about certain things, which I'm trying to work on being less so. But like I remember like my friends kind of hinting at like, I wonder if people that do this like think about this, and I was just like, oh, I wonder if that person's talking about me, and they ended up where they were. Yeah, because it takes work. It takes a lot of work to like really sit down and be like, I should be working on this.
So with that said, how do you guys think we can work on this, on our problems like daily, or check in on it more often?
I think I think we're doing the right thing already, and just like trying to be aware of it. Yeah. And I mean, I analyze like a lot of stuff like constantly. So like, and I do try. I also have like a thing sometimes where I just sit down and I'm just like, how am I affecting this person, or how am I affecting this friend? Like, am I being a good person to this person? Like, I should be better at this, or I should be doing this. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I try to be really conscious about how I'm treating other people, and like the energy that I bring to their lives, because I try to bring the stuff that I would appreciate people bring to me.
I think I don't know. That's something I've actually been thinking a lot about, the whole being more comfortable with myself and like being more confident in myself.
Sharing.
I'm still struggling with how to. Well, the sharing part, I'm like that's something I've been actively working on.
Share your confidence.
And like I said, I've gotten better. I still buy my own groceries, but but I have gotten better. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still struggling with that one. I don't really know. How do you guys have any suggestions for
when
becoming
sharing?
more comfortable with myself and building my
confidence?
Sorry.
That's
you were really on the sharing thing, sis.
No, I do.
I think what I do, a thing that I do is like sometimes when like somebody says something that offends me or says or does something that I don't like or like whatever, I try to like see the humanity in it, and I try to also see like I wonder what action that they did mirrors something that I did, and like have I hurt other people in that way, and been like, oh, like now, like I've definitely, even recently, I've been like, stuff has been clicking with me where I'm like, oh, when I do this, okay, now I realize that this bothers me, and when I've done this to this person, like that's how I made them feel, and so now I know to try to be better at not doing that, like kind of stuff like that. I don't know if that makes sense.
And I don't know if you meant like physically too, Baze, or was it just more like being confident in your like ideas, or?
I think more so like, I mean, not necessarily even my ideas, but just like confident in like my personality, because I feel like that's the thing where I struggle in. Like I'm either completely fine with it, or I'm just like, I have no personality at all, and I'm just like constantly aware of like everything that like I'm saying, and I'm just like, oh my god, why am I so boring? Like I just go into this whole like spiral. And so I'm like trying to learn how to like become more confident in the things that I'm saying and the way that I say them, I guess.
I don't know. I would have to think about it. Let's text about it. Cause yeah.
And if any of the listeners have suggestions, I'll happily take them. You usually write into us for advice, but I'm asking for y'all's.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm trash. I said, well, text instead of the listeners help.
Oh no, I mean we could also text.
It was like y'all need to stay the out.
It's the A and B conversation.
So see y'all at.
No, and if the other listeners are thinking about like when they're listening to this about what they think they could work out on their personality gym day, then I hope this helps you figure out things that you might want to fix and hopefully do it in a sort of healthy way. And don't be so hard on yourself, because I think we all came down pretty hard on ourselves.
Imagine if like the 24-hour fitness or like in West Hollywood or like Equinox in Santa Monica did like a work on your personality gym day.
Right.
And everyone walked, they would be shook.
Just walk in and be like, hey, I want to work on my,
I do also want to say though that like it's also good to be hard on yourself, because I think like part of it is like there's this culture of like definitely like self-care, but like you should definitely take care of yourself, and you should do whatever you can to do self-care, but you should also like when you're slacking, and when you can be doing better, so you still need to be holding yourself accountable.
Right. Yeah.
All right, so I guess with that we'll move on to Male of Color. Or
thank you for sharing, boys.
All right, thank you for sharing.
Thank you. All right, y'all. So we're back with Male of Color, from Titus and Drama Don't. We remember you, girl.
Yes.
They said, "Hey, trash bags, you guys are so inspiring, particularly John." Well, fuck my drag, right? No.
What? Thank you.
We love Ruby Bridges, right?
Oh wow! So what's the question?
Do we want to go into it? Do we want to get into
the letter say, Base?
Who is Ruby Bridges? Okay, we're gonna move on. Sorry, that was something that happened in between.
Don't take away time from Titus.
She really ready to move on very quickly. Interesting, suspicious even.
Didn't buy lemonade. Sorry.
Didn't download. Didn't lemonade. Don't know who Ruby Bridges is.
I mean, the signs of.
What did Titus have to say?
John is Eureka, is what we're saying.
No.
The anti-blackness jumped out.
Jumped at.
I recently wore makeup in public for the first time, and it was exhilarating.
Yay.
I want to know what your first time wearing makeup was like, and how has your makeup journey been? And then there's a bonus question for the rest of us. So go ahead.
Oh, is this directly towards me? I thought we've all worn makeup before too, so I wasn't sure.
But like out, does everyone wear makeup out? Like, I haven't.
No, it's for John.
Yeah. Wait, you haven't worn makeup out before, Baze?
No.
Oh, I thought you have.
But I have before, but like it was like at a convention, and it was like in the hotel the whole time. But I think this one is specifically about you because they kind of name dropped you.
Yeah. Let's see.
So what was the first time like, and wearing makeup out, and then how has your journey gone?
Oh, the very first time. Wow. I guess it was a long time ago when I was still living in the IE, and
yikes.
Yeah,
was this when you were in drag? That drag photo that you posted?
It was. That's the instance I was talking about. And I went to the Menagerie, which is like a small town gay bar where I grew up watching like Raven and actually Mayhem Miller and all those.
Raven Dementia?
Yeah, Raven Dementia. No, Raven from RuPaul. I don't know. I don't think she has a last name, a last drag name, but her name is just Raven. But anyway, it was yeah, I guess. What was the word they used? Exhilarating? I think that's a good word. Yeah, because it was a lot of things. I was nervous. I mean, it's not like the safest part of town, you know? It's not like the same as walking down a major city like, you know, West Hollywood or the streets of like Chelsea in New York. It's not the same, you know? It's like walking around and sort of like it's to me like time traveling. You go back in time and everyone's still like, I don't know. Wearing Dickies. Not there's anything wrong with Dickies pants, but you know, Dickies pants.
Shout out to all the listeners that wear Dickies.
You know what I mean? Like wearing shorts that go like past your knees, and like this guy's sleep that's like
with like Vans,
yeah,
Vans socks.
Like, you know, I don't know, wearing Etnies shoes or whatever,
and like the t-shirts with like the flames on them.
Yeah, and like those are all coming back now, but I mean, like back then they were like the peak of fashion, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it wasn't, I don't know. Yeah, it was exhilarating. I was very nervous. I was worried about like if anyone was going to pick on me. But luckily for me, I was with some good friends, and I don't know, it just felt really beautiful. And I know that the feeling that I was in, that I was like, I for sure want to do this again, you know, and yeah. And it's just like, I don't know. I also felt like, why did I wait so long to do this as well? Like, you know, like I could have been doing this, but I was so like scared, and I wish I'd been doing, like, now when I see these like young, really young queers just putting on makeup, like, it's great. It makes me really happy because like, I don't know. Because from there, I think their journey is just gonna like get better. Stan Savage, but whatever. Yeah. Well, what about you guys? Like, Rakeem, you've worn makeup in public.
I haven't actually.
You haven't? Oh, just when we. Oh, okay. I could have sworn.
Yeah, but we also have to move on.
Okay.
And as I think that question was specifically for you. So for those of you who watched RuPaul's Drag Race, so everybody but me, I asked you the same question that I asked Kid Fury and Crystal at the Oakland show last week. Oh yes, come on, name drop.
Okay. We stand the greatest crossover in history.
Yes. If you could be made over by any three queens from Drag Race, who would they be and why?
Oh my God, Nina Bonina the fuck Brown.
Also, they want us to do a live show.
Oh, that's sweet. Well, whatever. From, hopefully, there's more other people that want us there too.
Yeah. Well, yes, exactly.
Well, okay. So have y'all seen Nina Bonina's Brown's drag? Baze, have you seen any of her drag?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God! Like when she plays Betty Boop.
Oh
or
my
like
God.
Or like us, and it's like she's just a fucking genius. Like the shit that she comes up with, it's just like
it's really kitschy. Fuck? It's so kitschy.
But it's
so Nina Bonina Brown.
Nina Bonina. Sorry, I was gonna go off on Nina.
He's like
right
short
now.
answers.
I'm sorry.
Voices.
Yeah, because I want to do at least one more
points.
before we end the show.
Nina Brown, Valentina, and Monique Hart.
Ooh, okay. I would do Miss Cracker.
Oh yeah, she's good.
Latrice Royale.
Yeah.
And Katya.
Oh, that's a good one.
The Russian who never mind. No,
That's who should play Black Widow.
Katya.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Oh, she would slay because she could flip too. Oh, we stand.
I would want Kim Chi to do me because I mean she's just a genius with her makeup. I want Violet Chachki to make me over because she's a fucking pro at cinching, and
I think we're making them over.
Wait, what?
I think we're making them over.
What?
No, they're making
us
three
over.
of them are making you over.
Oh, then maybe not Latrice. Okay, never mind.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
Never mind.
Oh my god, you want to make over? Wow.
Yikes! I thought the question was which drag queens do you like, but like you need to redo them to like elevate. Yikes!
No, us sis.
Oh.
Anyways,
Who said that?
yeah. I want to see what I would look like cinched, and I feel like Violet Chachki would do a good job. And
It'd be like the whole
wait,
time.
what?
I said you would just be like the whole time.
And I'm not gonna lie, but Sasha Velour, because she's pulling stunts, and she could teach me a few tricks, you know, like performance wise. Yeah. So that's it.
Yay.
Are you gonna do one more, Baze, or?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I really don't know anybody. I like Valentina is pretty, and I like, what's the black one from that season that I really like?
Shea Coulee. Shea Coulee.
I really like Shea Coulee. Yeah, I don't really know.
Actually, I would do the Vixen too.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I do like the Vixen. I love that
earlier.
Beyonce nod that she did with that hair at the reunion. It was like a mix between like a Beyonce ponytail and an Ariana Grande ponytail because she had like the piercings in it, like the little rings in it. Yeah. So I don't know. Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't know if those are good choices.
Makeover.
I don't know.
Be confident.
Anyway,
Baze.
yes.
Confident.
Oh, you're right. Yes, that's definitely who I want doing my makeover.
Yes. What do we call that? Growth.
So thank you so much, Titus and Drama-Don't. Until next time. So from this other person, I don't want to say their name yet because I haven't read that far. But anyway, they said, "Hey, trash bags, thank you for all the iconic, like clinique. I really love that spelling of things. Commentary. Every week is a treat." Except you, John, sit down. Level of anti-blackness far too much.
Oh my god, look what you guys are started.
Look what we started.
Wow.
Really shifting the blame to the niggas.
Yes, I saw that. Look what you made me do, indeed.
Oh my god.
Stop.
Taylor Kagandan.
Uh-oh.
Stop.
John Swift.
John Swift? No.
Jonathan Swift. John Swift and Dahan.
So they said, I wanted to write as a representative of the top community on statements made regarding us, as well as stand our true rap queen, Azalea Banks.
Is this a
Real
top
top community?
Real.
Is this Renee?
Community.
Is this Renee?
The top
No, Renee would
community.
never come for John like that.
All right.
Episode 54 was really illuminating and getting to understand how y'all arrived at your sexual positions and the role they play in your lives.
Oh my god!
I wanted to
forgot
push.
we did that.
Yeah, me too.
Yikes.
You know what? We just be covering shit.
Right.
I know.
Next question.
I wanted to push back on what I feel was left out. You all rightly noted the link between misogyny and shame when it comes to bottoming, and I think the power dynamics of that are hard to understate. Bottoming is the most vulnerable state one can be in, and I expect that all of my partners, regardless of gender role, in the same way they can expect it of me. I've just been in a lot of situations where it gets to that point, but my partner at the time prefers topping and is strict in that respect. That has exclusively been indicative of larger character flaws, an internalized fear, and a general bad energy in my experiences. As a top myself, it says a lot when you're not willing to bottom for someone. I really think pleasure can stem from the same place for everyone, and it's a big red flag if people won't dismantle their seat of comfort in pursuit of greater sexual intimacy. Am I wrong for thinking verse relationships will always be the strongest? Ooh. Further, Azealia Banks truly is the queen of rap. One thing that annoys me so much in how white gays and white gays of color, from Todrick Hall to Bob the Drag Queen to Manek.
Wait.
I didn't look. These are not my words.
White
I don't know anything about Bob
color.
White gays.
Kill me.
I don't know any. Just saying, these are not representative of podcasts of color and our thoughts. But so yeah, from Todrick Hall to Bob the Drag Queen to Manek. That's how you pronounce it, right? Manek.
What did he do?
I have no idea. Oh, you know what I think it was? They all called out, or at least Bob the Drag Queen and Manek called out Azealia Banks.
That's why they're white gays of color?
I guess. I don't know.
I guess I am too then. Well, shit.
Have canceled her is how literally no one mentions her importance as a queer person of color as well. She has every right to leverage ball culture. She's just as much a part of it. She really has done so much to elevate Black consciousness, and it pains me how underappreciated for that she is.
Azealia Banks?
She's apologized for things. It's not my place to excuse. We stand Azealia hard.
Renee.
That's how it is.
What is Azealia
Renee's
Banks?
soulmate.
I know Renee is hard.
Renee es mojado.
So not more. Whoa.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Someone's been on Duolingo.
You want to be careful when you're calling a Latinx person wet.
Oh no, but you know what I meant.
Spanish.
I'm so sorry.
I know what you mean, but be careful.
okay.
Be careful about that.
What do
Oh
we
my
call
god,
that?
I got in trouble for that the other day.
I'm just gonna stop talking.
Because Mark was sweating, and I was like, and he was sweating on his back, and I said it, and he was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like,
Girl.
what?"
Did you say your back is
I
wet?
said your back is wet, but I was saying it because his back was sweaty, and he was like, "Oh, okay," because he thought I was really saying that, and I was like, he thought I was making a joke, and I was like, "No." Woo, Jesus.
What?
I was shook.
Okay.
I was so shook. I was like, wait.
No, I know you didn't mean it like that, John. Okay, but I wanna talk to our lovely writer. Yeah, I think there is. Why?
Did you say our lovely writer?
I think there is this weird thing where like some people are just like, I don't bottom, and like I'm not gonna bottom, and I don't want to bottom, and like that's it, and like there is a lot of unpacking there, because I do feel like there's a lot of shame attached to that. So that is very true, and that's a good point, and that's very accurate. However, I also feel like for some people, and maybe I would ask your partner to see where that stems from, because I know for some people, and for me in particular, some of it stems from trauma. And I think some of it also stems from this like problematic thing of my own problematic internalization of feeling like if you're letting somebody top you, you're kind of letting them control your body, which I don't think that's true because bottoms very much have their own agency. And I want to shout out all the power bottoms out there. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of trauma there for me. But also I think when I was looking into it, I was like, okay, there's trauma for me because I'm like scared of maybe some of my past experiences. But also I'm kind of in this mindset of like, I don't want anyone to have control over me, like any type of like emotional or physical or whatever control over me. And like, there's this thing attachment in my head of just like, letting somebody top you is like letting them control you basically. So I have to undo that as well. Like I'm trying to work on the trauma. Y'all know I just bought my first ever butt plug. Raina, by the way, like bursted out laughing when I showed it to her. She was like, "I know you've taken more than this. You could have just used it and saved.
Wait a minute,
and saved $11."
I thought it looked a little thin, but I didn't want to say anything.
I was like, but I mean, I'm a beginner. I haven't like really done it in a while.
Oh, next question.
But
see ya.
No, but yeah. But yeah, I think apart from the trauma, I do have to unpack like, okay, like why do you feel like bottoming automatically makes you less in control? Because that's not always true. So yeah, I think good points. But also maybe talk to your partner and like really see where that stems from.
I disagree fully with the letter. I don't think Azealia Banks is like this arbiter of blackness that you make her out to be. Look, nothing Azealia Banks has said to me has been like anything I haven't heard from other people. So it's not like she's saying things that I'd never hear before. Like Renee says a lot of stuff she says before she says it. So it's just like, you know, so sure. I mean, I guess she can be to you. And I don't think that, I do agree with Renee in that I don't think that verse relationships are always going to be the better ones. I think people have that kind of misconception, but never really think about why certain people don't do certain things. Like,
right.
And I think it's like a wide sweeping statement. Like there are some people that just really don't like to, and they can get with people who really do like to. And that can work out just fine. I've never understood the because someone is like enjoys more sexually than someone else that means they're like in a more fulfilling, like that's not like I've met actually never mind. Let me calm down. See
I mean, but ideally,
but
ideally, it would be ideal. It would be fun if if you know the person that you got with was able to enjoy like you know everything that you wanted to do them, but that's just not realistic.
Oh no, and I don't think that that's wrong. I just think because what that can look like though is different than like I think being sexually like sex positive or whatever doesn't mean that you have to enjoy one thing or another.
Right.
It just means, to me, I think the people that have the best relationships are people that find something that works for them, not necessarily both verse, because you can find something that works for you that's not. You know, like tons of people do it and it's fine. Yeah. So, but I don't know.
Real.
Yeah,
thank you, and I love Azealia too. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I just said I have to agree. I think like there's like a lot of that's not a new concept to me, and a lot of verse people do that where they're like, oh, I think that verse people are the only gays who really truly experience, you know, the real love or whatever between two men or whatever, because you know, really, you got the rest of you guys are just performing gender roles, and I think like. If you're a verse person and you're in a relationship with someone who's verse and you guys are enjoying flip fucking and doing all that other shit, then that's great. I think that's perfect for your specific relationship.
Yeah.
But there are relationships where people prefer the bottom and the other person prefers the top. And I think those relationships probably last just as long as verse relationships. I think verse people are just as capable of screwing up their relationships as people that have one position. So yeah, I don't actually like that way of thinking, because I know there's like a lot of like verse people who are like, well, I think we're the best and blah 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 blah, and I don't think that's necessarily true. I can be like I do have verse aspirations, but I do think that I could be.
You're verse aspiring?
Verse aspiring, yes. But I do think that if I wanted to, I could just be a total bottom for the rest of my life, and I would still be just as fulfilled.
Right.
I just want
literally,
to have, I just
fulfilled.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I just would like to like switch it up and have some newer experiences. That's all.
I wonder if that's what Scarlett Johansson tells herself before these casting calls that she be going to.
Stop.
Probably. That's probably it. She wants to experience all different types of oppression.
She's like, me too. I am verse, and I just want to experience all of the oppression.
The verse community is up in arms because Scarlett Johansson is playing.
Charlotte Johansson. I cannot call her anything else but Charlotte Johansson.
A verse queen.
John, did you have anything to say?
No, because the listener didn't want to hear me talk. So
no. Oh.
Okay. Oh, she's in her feelings.
Well, on that note.
No, I mean, there's nothing you guys didn't say that I wasn't already thinking. So
okay. Okay.
That was like the theme of this episode. No, I don't need anything to add. Y'all got it. Okay.
When an ally just elevates your voice instead of talking over you, that was what John just did right now.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, so with that, we're going to end this episode of Podcast of Color. You can find us on Twitter at Trash of Color, everywhere else at Podcast.
I have a Twitter now. Sorry.
Oh yeah, what is it?
It's Podcast Poppy. It's podcast _. Poppy.
Yeah, shout out Twitter.
If you send me the link to it, Renee, I'll put it in the description.
Okay.
And do you guys have any thank yous or shout outs this week or?
Thank you to God for waking me up again this morning.
Shondo.
Appreciate that.
Thank you to our lovely maker of music.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Y'all are
You just not even gonna shout out Fear Not the Moment.
garbage. I was like, so his
thank
name.
you. Thank you to Fear Not the Moment on Instagram. And I believe on Tumblr. I haven't been on Tumblr in a long time, so I don't remember.
Renee was like, next question.
Definitely on Instagram. So yeah, shout out to them. Like they really have honestly, they've been writing with us since day one almost.
Real.
They really have been with us. And I remember when we first had our first intro and it was just us doing poppers, Fleet Water.
You guys have you guys seen that meme where it's that one follower that likes all your posts? I feel like that's
Yeah.
you're that one person. Thank you so much.
I listened to our old intro when we were doing episode 50 and I was thinking about putting it in there, and then I listened to it and I was like, ooh, Chile, the ghetto.
It really was, but we thought it was it at the time. We were like, this is it.
We were going off, and everyone.
It was though. It was kind of. I don't know, for the low budget show that we were with our little snowball mics on my kitchen table. I think that was
wrestling over mics.
Yeah. Oh right. I mean, we're still low budget. I'm still paying off my mic. But
true, and we still recording at home.
Oh well. Ooh.
But
facts are facts. So,
facts are facts. We love facts.
Facts are facts. I am in fact in my bedroom. So yeah. With that, I guess we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah.
Right.
Thank you for coming.
This podcast is executively produced by Aaliyah J. Daniels, LaShawn McGee, Damian Pelliccioni, Christopher Rodriguez, John Kagandahan, Akeem Cunningham, Baze White, and Renee Hernandez.